Good evening, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Welcome to the BISH, BOSH podcast for episode 9.
9! Can you believe we're on episode 9?
I cannot believe it. I cannot believe it. I am your host with the most, Retro Wolf Live, aka Malk, on the left-hand side on the screen.
Looking to the left, yeah.
Yeah, and then on my right-hand side is the legendary trans gamer girl, the hostess with the mostess, as I always call her. So it's all good. So how are you doing anyway, trans? All good?
I'm doing okay. I got a little extra sleep. I've been doing the late night grind, so I got a little extra sleep today because I really needed it.
Funny you mentioned that. I had a bit of sleep, and then when I just woke up, I was just like, oh, just like my head's just like completely gone. To be fair, so I was just
figured as much. You didn't get back to me quickly enough. I figured as much.
Yeah, I just didn't have my kicks, shall we say. To be
That's
fair.
What it was.
Yeah, but have you been up to much during the week as well?
Busy. It's the last week. It's the last week of kids being out of school here where I live, so we've been very busy.
Oh, fair dues, fair dues. It's been quite frantic, to be fair. I've been enjoying some of the new games,
Nice.
And also GTA RP for the first time.
I know you said you got a character there. It's not in the city I'm in anymore, though.
Oh! I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I don't know what else to say, to be fair, but it's just absolutely amazing. And we do apologise to everyone that's joined in late. You probably think, what's happened? It was just a bit of technical issues.
We're good now. Everything's good.
We're good now, so it should be all good.
Hopefully it stays good.
Yeah, it should be all good. But yeah, I'm quite excited tonight, Trans. Are you excited for this?
I am excited. I am very excited.
Are you? Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. So it's all good. So it's all good in Z Hood. But
I can't say that. That's my friend Ted's Gaming's thing. He says let's talk about it. So I can't say that. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Ted. Yeah. I didn't mean to steal your thing.
Oh no. Hopefully it'll be all good in Z Hood as well. So can I just say it's an absolute honour and privilege. She is, without doubt, one of the most amazing streamers I have ever witnessed in Twitch, and she does a lot of mainly with the horror. She did some horror streams on the Friday week, and then she does different random streams during the week as well. So go and check her out. She is absolutely amazing. It is no other than ItsFatale. Hello.
Hi.
Oh
no. Oh no!
We got come back in. The voice is gone.
The voice. This is the sound. It's okay.
It's okay. Yeah.
She'll be right back.
She'll be right back. Don't worry.
While we're waiting for her to get back in, I do want to say hi, Goya. Hi, Ted's Gaming. Good to have you guys back here again this week. Thank you so much for being repeat viewers. Every week. You guys are so amazing for being here. Goya says, hola there. Hola.
Hola.
Ted's Gaming did a hydrate. I feel I've already redeemed that. Goya goes, get them kids back in school and off them streets. That's right, Goya. Damn right. Ted's Gaming gave me 5 bits. Thank you for the bits. And Ted's goes, you're all good. Thank you so much. Goya goes, I personally have a busy week next week. Naraka comes out on the 11th. Then got to pick my aunt up at the airport. Get my great aunt ready and drive both my aunt and great aunt back on Saturday. Then the week after, I get to relax all week. So that sounds like a very hectic week for you, Goya. Are you back? No. Doing it live, guys. Doing it live. That's what we're doing. Yes.
If you're not sure what's happening in the audio version, no, we still cannot hear ItsFatale. Yeah, she's really angry at the minute,
charades. It's charades.
Yeah. But before we started the stream,
It was working fine.
Oh,
Everything was
oh.
good.
Did we hear? Did we
Do I
hear
hear
anything?
you?
Fatale? It's Fatale? No.
Ah.
No.
Oh no.
You're not
Everything
the
was
first.
working fine. It's not the first time this has happened.
Yeah. I remember the JD episode. Let's not have a JD and Coke episode.
Yeah. Ted's
So,
Gaming
should
sent me
be.
more bits. Oh my gosh, thank you so much for those bits. Goya says, is the program reading her mic? It was working fine before, Goya. I swear it was. We heard her fine.
So we're just.
Here we go. She's going to have to sign out and sign back in.
Yeah.
That's what she did last time.
Toad, how you doing? He says legendary because they're Apple products. And Crash Test Gaming. Oh dear, Queen, you had one job. Lol. Hello, Crash Test Gaming. Thank you for the follow.
Hi.
Thank you to Big Chug the boy, who's followed as well, and the Go Yangi as well. Thank you to the follows as well. I'm sorry that the alerts are not on the stream. We don't normally do that on the podcast, but I have been checking as well. Hello, how you doing? I hope you enjoy the podcast itself. We, like I said, we promised you guys beforehand everything was all fine.
It was fine.
Yeah,
it was working
all
fine.
So we're not sure
what's
happening.
This is what happens when you're doing it live. Just like I said, doing it live. This stuff happens.
Right.
That's how
will
you know this is not pre-recorded.
Will it be third time lucky?
Can you hear me?
Yes!
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 Oh my god!
I love it.
I found the problem. I fixed it. We're good.
Yes, good.
Right.
Good.
Can I just say, let's go straight to what I said before. I'm going to introduce the legendary ItsFatale. How are you doing? You okay?
Hi. I'm doing great. I'm good now that everything's working. I was like raging over here. It's like,
Goya, Ted's Gaming goes, fuck it, we can play charades. Yeah, we could have played charades. That would have worked. And Goya goes, if you are using Discord can be weird. We're not using Discord. We're doing a totally different system. And Goya says yes. So he heard you too. Everybody's hearing everybody. We're good. We're set now.
But how you doing? It's Fatale. You okay? All good?
Yeah, I'm doing great. I've had like a long day of gaming. Like
oh no way.
It's been overdue because I'm usually, when I say, so my bio says, you know, a Latina with a serious gaming problem, that's 100% serious. So because I've been ill for the last week, I haven't really been playing. I've been, you know, kind of like backed off from it.
Yeah.
So today I've literally spent the entire day playing video games until this very moment. So
making up for last time. I love it. Making up for last time.
Exactly.
Great.
That's great. That's good.
Well,
are you okay though?
Doing?
I'm perfectly fine.
I'm doing good too. Yeah.
If you've watched the streams in the past, I've lost most of my hair and the beard.
His hair's gone. When he came in, the first thing I said was, "You shaved all your hair off."
Yeah, I
noticed.
I had anti-aging cream, just knocked off 20 years off. To be fair.
Okay.
But it's not. It's not always.
I see you.
Yeah,
well,
that's
you're
always.
Looking good. You're looking good. Both y'all are looking great.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you, darling. You are too. You're looking gorgeous today.
Oh, thank you.
I'm getting blushed now. Cheers. Thank you. So, like I said, it's for me, and I'm sure Trans will say the same thing. It's an absolute honour to have you. It feels like a big signing on a contract. To have you here, and it does. It feels like it, and it does.
Every time he says that, there's no contract. It's legitimately, do you want to do this? No. Do you want to do this? Yes. Okay, great. You're in.
It's just an honour. To me, it's an honour and privilege to have you on the podcast.
It really is.
I'm happy to be here. You know, I've been asked to do several different podcasts, and every single one that I'm part of, I get super excited about it because I had never really done anything like this before. I used to do radio in the past. That was the closest thing to something like this. Yeah. So, you know, this whole streaming world in general is completely new to me. So just every podcast is a blessing in my eyes. So I appreciate you guys for choosing me and giving me the opportunity to hang out with you. So
No
So there's
worries.
Happy to
No
be here.
worries.
This happens in my channel a lot. If you watch any of my videos, you'll see us giving hearts. We give all the love in
Oh,
my
get
channel.
out! Yeah, I do the same.
All the
My
love.
sign
Ah,
also
yeah.
with the heart. My logo has the heart like this.
Oh, I
So
love
yeah,
it.
yeah.
I love it.
So I
Goya
totally
had
get
said says he loves the ganache. By the way, he did say
Oh.
that. And the
Oh,
Ted
okay.
goes, "Y'all have a great day. I gotta head out." And he gave me more bits. So for some reason, my stuff doesn't pop into the rest of the stream, so I have to check my stuff separately.
Ah, that's all good.
Actually, I thought I had you pulled up, but I don't. So I'm gonna pull you up right now so I can watch both chats because I want to
Sounds
see
good.
everything.
No.
Everything.
All of it. All of it.
So what we
Alright.
do, guys, is if you're not sure how the podcast works, we always have 3 segments plus the Ask Us Anything questions at the end as well. So we do the segment 1, which is the PC console news, and then we go straight into the build up to the main discussion topic. And then we try and get the interview with the streamer. Best part ever. Best part
Best
ever.
part. Best
Ever.
part.
And then they ask us anything, which the viewers and even us can ask each other questions about the current events of the week
That
or
happens a
anything like that.
lot.
I know it happens a lot, to be fair, and I have been really impressed from last week because we have knocked down the timing that we tried to do from 3 hours to 2 hours and a half as well. From
It's getting there, guys. It's getting there.
getting
It's a
there.
work in progress.
So it's all good.
Well, when you have good conversation, you have good conversation, and there's
It's
nothing wrong
true.
with that.
Yeah.
No,
And I
I
told him, I
know.
said, I love it. I absolutely love that we have such great conversation and we have great, discussions with our guests and we have great discussion with our
Mhm.
chats.
Mhm.
But we're trying to trim it down just a little bit. If it happens, okay.
I'm blaming Trance. I'm blaming
Why are you
Trance.
blaming me?
I'm,
Not me. Most of the time,
yeah.
it's you.
It's not me. Moving on to segment 1, which is the PC console news now. So, I tell you what, because let me just get the article up. So, basically, because you're doing the questions later on, Trance, I'll
Yes.
do the PC console news if that's all right with you, and
I
then
will interject as necessary.
yeah, no pressure on that as well. So, as I said, this is the first segment, which is the PC console news, and we talk about the events that's happened during the week that we have picked out a selective ones, and we can have a little bit of discussion if we need to as well. So, the first part of the news is Stardew Valley dev concerned ape working on new game. This has been a link on the site called Game Rant. So a fan has tweeted out that they have had seen a lot of new farm simulators and would like to see the name of Eric Concerned Ape, in quotes, Concerned Ape, Barone in credits, but has not, and he responded that he was working on some new stuff and may share in the near future. And also said that the announcement may be a spur of the moment thing. Speculation has started on what is next for the Stardew dev, with one response reflected Hogwarts and Barone saying anything he was working on had nothing to do with it. So
Yeah.
I know, Trance, you are a mega super duper fan of
So
the
right.
Stardew Valley. So did
If
you
I
want to
wasn't
go
doing
through that?
if I wasn't doing the GTA RP a lot lately, I'd be doing more Stardew. Seriously,
Yeah.
probably. But yeah, so yeah, I mean, when I saw this news card, I was like, "Oh, that's awesome!" Because he had already said that he was working on new stuff. Ooh, I heard that clack. It was nice. I like it. That was really
Oh,
crisp.
sorry, that was not meant to
Sorry,
happen.
little moment there. But he was saying that he is working on new stuff, but he never gave much information on it, and it was kind of pretty much left at that. He said he might work on something new, maybe related to Stardew, maybe not. He wasn't sure where he was going to go with it. He didn't want to touch Stardew because Stardew was Stardew, and he's
Yeah.
absolutely really proud of how that's grown and what everything that's happened. So, and it's become such a great game with my community likes it a lot. Goya says yes, it's a good game. He also said we're aiming for the 6-hour mark, which we're not aiming for the 6-hour mark. Goya, that is not true. But yeah, so it was such a great thing, and it got me started when I started streaming, and I absolutely love it even to this day. I have like 5 games that I've run in it, and at least 2 of them I have completed. of the time frame that they give you. So, I mean, and then the fan who retweeted says like, hey, maybe something I'm waiting for my letter from Hogwarts or something like that. And he's like, well, I love, as much as I love the Harry Potter series, it has nothing to do with that. And the way he makes it sound is he's making it sound like he's working on a couple different things. Like there's a couple things that are in the works right now. And he's all being really hush hush about it, which is super exciting and super nerve wracking at the same time. Because like Oliver's like, what are you doing? Come on. So we're all like really stoked to see what he's got coming up, which is going to be amazing. I really think it's going to be good because anything he's working on is, you know, he put so much into Stardew Valley, and as a one-man production, like that game is wow.
Well, you know, yeah, you mentioned that it was a one game production, and I'm sorry, a one man production, and I think that's amazing because not a lot of people can say that. That's going to go down in history, like no matter what way you look at it, whether you're a fan of Stardew or not. But you know, they had mentioned in the article that they wanted they weren't going to have his name in the or something in the credits, right?
They had said they were looking at the farm simulators, and a lot of them are coming out because they're saying, "Oh, Stardew Valley-esque," or like Stardew Valley. And they've been looking for his name in the credits, and his name is never on the credits. And so he's working on his own thing outside of the farm simulators that have been coming out lately. So that's what it is. They're like, we've been looking for your name in credits for all these farm simulators coming out. When are we going to see something?
Yeah, and farm sims are definitely super popular. Specifically Stardew Valley, I see people playing it all the time, but just farm simulations in general seem to be like the thing. Like it's a good time, you know, you just spend hours playing it, which I totally understand. I think I used to do one like a really long time ago. It was like a mobile game, whatever. It was like a farm sim thing. There's so many mobile game farm sims now. But I feel like you know, Stardew is definitely something that is on a whole other level from my understanding. I've never played the game myself, but I've seen plenty of streams, and people seem to really get into it.
It really is. It's involved. Like it's way more involved than you'd think it would be, to be fair. I mean, and especially when you find out that only one guy created the whole game,
that's really cool. I didn't know that.
So yeah,
I learned something new today. That's really cool.
Yeah,
it's really cool.
There's so much respect for him because he did so much, and the characters, they have their own personalities. They act like, and you'd think in most of those type of things they would seem like, you know, boring because they're going about whatever, but they actually have schedules. He actually made a point to make sure each character had a schedule.
Interesting.
He went to that much of detail to make sure that the game was an immersive experience.
Do we know how long it took him to design this game?
Oh, I do not remember. And Goya says he also learned how to make everything with zero experience, which is even more impressive. So that's
interesting.
Crazy. So yeah, that's crazy. I can't remember how long it took him. It took him a while because he was making it on his own in his own time, you know. And I know it took years. I think it took at least 3 years, if not more.
I'm sure if he had zero experience, that I would assume that it had to take him a couple of years.
Yeah, it took him a while.
I mean, that's just safe to assume. You know,
Goya says yes, years and years. There you go.
Oh, and Goya, thank you so much for the compliment on the background. You know, I was shopping for what I was going to put up for a really long time, and I finally decided on that. And I was like, yes, this is exactly the zen that I enjoy. So thanks for that.
Nice. But going back to the Stardew Valley in general, like when they're teasing about like the different games itself, you get that all the time with all the games. You'd like saying that they try and blag you to say, "Oh, we're not doing this, and then we find out later on, like, yeah, you are actually doing it. To be fair, but
he didn't hide the fact that he was going to be working on something else. He just made sure that people knew it wasn't going to affect Stardew. He didn't want to sit here and mess with that because that was his baby. You know what I'm saying? So the next thing he worked on was going to, it might be related to it, but it was going to be separate in its own thing.
Yeah, so it would have been really cool. I'm so sorry to interrupt, but it would have been really cool if he really did work on like something Harry Potter related. Just because one, it's Harry Potter, and two, there really aren't a whole lot of games out there I mean, there are, but they aren't
Mhm.
Harry Potter games out there that people really get into. I mean, there's the Lego games that are, like, okay, they follow the movies, all right, cool, that's great. But like, I know that there is a Harry Potter game that's going to be coming out, I believe, at the end
Yeah,
of this year.
I think
That
so.
is, oh gosh, I'm super
That
excited
I
about
have
that one.
not heard
But
about.
That
but
there,
how? Ooh.
there was like an inch. There was like, oh, you need to find out
Ooh, I
now.
love it.
Yeah, look into it. Look into it, especially if you're a fan. But the point is that it would be interesting to see Harry Potter in oh my god, I'm missing the word 38 bit.
8-bit? 8-bit?
8-bit,
Yes, an 8
8-bit.
bit. So it would be really funny to see it that way. Just thinking, what
It's
he could
okay.
have done with that, but
I
it
do
is
that
what it
too.
is. Anyway,
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm speechless with the 8-bits now. To be fair, so it's all good. But yeah, I would love, actually. I would really would love to see him do the Harry Potter 8-bit game.
mhm,
How it would
because there's
interact.
nothing like
Mm.
that.
No,
No, there's
so
not.
Yeah.
now you've brought up the money bags. It's just like, yes, we got an idea, guys. Just sort that out now. That'll be it. All good stuff. But
Goya says, well, his partner with publishing Chucklefish are making a Magic Life sim called Witchbrook with similar vibes. I did not know about that. So
Oh,
thanks,
okay.
Goya, for
Interesting.
hitting me up with that. I'm glad to know that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Cool.
that's the publisher, and he was the dev. So
Yeah, fair dues, fair dues. We'll go straight into the next news article, unless there's anything else you want to discuss. Last bits of the Stardew Valley
no,
that you guys want to talk
that's about
about. No?
all. That's about all there is on that one. We're still
Oh,
waiting
okay.
on new information. So as soon as I get more information, I'll make sure I have it ready for the next episode. But for now, that's all we're looking at.
Fair dues, fair dues.
It's exciting
So,
that he's working on something new. It's great.
are you super excited now? Are you super
I am.
excited?
I'm super
No,
stoked.
no.
I am totally stoked. No lie.
I did not know that at all. I did not know that at all. Yeah, so the next article on the news segment is the Overwatch fans are calling for a McCree name change. And this was the side that was gone from a website called Game Rant. So this is to do with the McCree. I keep saying McCree. I don't know why.
McCree.
You know what I mean? After an
We
employee,
know what you mean.
thank you. There you go. There's the love. There you go for that. After an employee letter demanding accountability and the employee walkout, fans are also asking for a change from Blizz. Fans are asking for Jesse McCree, whose namesake was the lead developer for World of Warcraft, to be given a name change. McCree, who is currently working as the lead game designer for the upcoming Diablo 4, has been called out with screenshots and photos as one of the Activision Blizzard employees involved with what they call the Cosby Suite. I'll go into more detail in a bit, but it's the ongoing saga of the Blizzard.
Blizzard.
Yeah,
In the news again.
yeah.
Yeah.
So, but I know I've seen in your streams also. It's fantastic. It's that you do a lot of Overwatch as
Oh
well.
my god, I play a lot of Overwatch.
And I tell you what, you are absolutely amazing. I could never do what you do on
Thank you.
Overwatch. I'm being serious now because I'm absolutely rubbish with FPS at all. To be fair, but what's
I
your?
don't believe that.
We'll talk about that after, Trans. We'll talk about that after. But yeah, what's your thoughts of this story about the Blizzard saga, shall we say?
Okay, so first of all, I actually had no idea that McCree was named after a developer. I thought that was really interesting. I had no clue, and I've been playing Overwatch since day one.
Yeah,
Now, I mean, to be completely honest, you know, at the end of the day, yes, he is a developer, and he was part of this whole super awesome creation that people enjoy playing every other day, right?
yeah,
Or every day, or
Yeah.
whatever. And at the end of the day, you do kind of need to leave your mark and say, yes, I did this. This is me, whatever. what he's done is obviously fucked up.
Yeah.
It's kind of douchebaggy, okay? Like it's
A little
not,
bit.
I know it's not cool. It's not
It's
cool.
it's
All right.
it's minuscule
But
type
you
stuff.
know,
Anyway.
it goes back to like certain things that have happened in the past in history where at the end of the day, you know, for example, the Confederacy, people were super upset and taking down a whole bunch of Confederate statues and memorabilia and all that kind of stuff because we were almost embarrassed and, you know, the fact that, you know, this stuff was not okay anymore. But at the end of the day, that was our history, that we went through that. It's there
Yeah,
because we went through that part of our lives kind of thing. I don't know. So you know, I agree with people at the same time. You know, it's like let's just fucking change the name. Let's get him out of here. You know,
yeah.
let's just move past this.
Yeah.
Yeet him out.
But you
Yeet
know,
him
I
out
totally get
across.
it. You know, let's eat him, but you know, he's got to leave his footprint somewhere. You know, if it wasn't for him and a whole bunch of other people, we wouldn't have McCree. We wouldn't have, you know, the game.
Yeah,
So at the end
Yeah.
of the day, we do have to give him a little bit of credit, but maybe changing the name is a good idea. I don't know.
Goya had said, I live in the Indieverse when he was talking about the thing about Chucklefish. He also said,
Mm.
yeah, they're losing sponsors as well, like left and right. Yes,
Ooh,
I've seen that too. They're losing a lot of sponsors.
yeah.
He was saying, preach. That's what he was saying.
I mean,
um,
it's hard. It's hard. It's double edged. You know.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's a bit. You just don't know what to say after all. Like I don't know if Log said it was a 2 year investigation, as we mentioned about a couple of times in the
Eesh.
podcast in a
Yeah.
couple of weeks ago. But I mean, uh, as I said to you before, I said this again. I will say it again constantly. How they're going to come back to it with how they would respond to get back to their normal ways and get the fans back to their side
Mm-hmm.
again. Do you know what I mean? As well, and for me, I like equality to everyone to make sure everyone's all
Yeah.
equal and
Yeah.
not like one over the other, and it's not fair on someone who's like, you know, I don't know how to say this. It's like you don't want to be, you know, be the one that's just causing the aggro, which is causing this 2 year investigation to kick off from some of the
Right.
employees. But again, it's just like 2 years. It's like someone's watching it and you're like thinking when one bus turns up, it's like no bus turns up, and when they do, it's just like knocking over like a bowling pins, just like coming past, yeah,
Mhm.
like type
Mhm.
stuff as well. So it's just mad, to be fair. Crash Test Gaming says, wonder what they would change McCree's name to in all honesty. That's a good question, actually.
It's a
Yeah.
very good question.
Yeah.
That leads into the rest of the article, actually.
Yeah. Um, yeah. I was going to try and build up, but yeah, I was
Good
just,
question.
yeah, it was a good question, to be fair. That'll be quite interesting, but be interested to see how it all impacts with everything going on. And
Yeah, I mean, even if they do change the name, you know, what's going to happen is they'll change the name and we're going to move on with our lives and we're going to keep playing the game
yeah,
Yeah.
and that's it. And we're going to forget all about this. Eventually, this is just going to be another page in history and no one's going to remember anymore. And then it's just going to be the new McCree and it's not going to be McCree anymore,
yeah,
you know?
yeah.
So,
So I have to really see how it goes
Do
from
you want me to finish this article out for you, Malk? Since I know where you stopped and I know where we're leading to.
Yes,
Okay.
please. Yes,
Okay, so
please.
that question, Crash Test Gaming, that question, actually, some of the fans want him to be named Matt Mercer because of the voiceover. The guy who does the voicing, obviously. Matt Mercer
oh,
being Matt
okay.
Mercer.
Okay. To
So
be
yeah,
honest, Mercer kind of sounds like, you know,
he
like a little
does.
badass. Just
I
saying.
like it. I like
Yeah.
it.
If
Goya
you
says
could,
call him Eastwood. That might work too.
oh my god, can you imagine
Yeah.
Eastwood like you talking to me on there? So it's just mad
That
stuff.
Yeah.
To
that's
be fair,
fitting. That's
that
fitting.
that would be
There's
good
a
stuff.
description on what the Cosby Suite was. And it was in that article. I can go over that real quick. The Cosby Suite was named because of the former senior director, Alex Alfraziabi, I think is now how his name is said. It was an alcohol-filled hotel room in the 2013's BlizzCon, and they gave it the name to the room because of his notorious harassment towards women. where he was repeatedly hitting on them, saying he wanted to marry them and trying to kiss them. And it got so bad sometimes that he would have to be physically pulled away from female employees by others.
Oh my god.
And McCree can be seen with Al Fraisby, for Al Fraisby, whatever. And I don't know what I'm trying to say, but I know what I'm trying to say.
Your pronunciation
other
is kicking in
guys.
from mine to yours. That's what's going to happen.
With others, including someone who was alleged to be an Activision Blizzard HR representative who was posing in the suite underneath a framed picture of Bill Cosby and his history in the past with women as well. Yeah. He also can be found in the screenshots of the group text, which was allegedly took place around the 2013 BlizzCon, which encouraged his behavior. And because of that, that's the reason why some of the fans are furious about it and want to get the name changed for McCree. So,
yeah, and it's just do you reckon they'll do it quickly? Would they change?
I don't think they will. We'll see.
But then it's like you got all the games that have had their names on, like disc based. Is that going to be updated when they try and get the chance and stuff? What about the covers as well? I don't know if the covers. Would covers do it for majority, like the names of it, or is it just mainly the company name, like Activision Blizzard, rather than the actual name like McCree or anything like that in the covers? The game covers where you get like.
Well, they'll have to still credit him for working on the game.
Exactly. That's what I was saying. At the end of the day, no matter how much we want to get rid of this guy, like he's always going to be there because he created the game. Not solely, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Just read the reality of it.
Damn him.
Hi, Voodoo Snake. I see you in there. I see you hanging out.
Hello, Voodoo Snake. Thank you for the follow, Voodoo. You're an absolute ledge. Hope you came well.
Crazy, y'all. Crazy.
I know, absolute crazy.
Stop! It's driving me nuts.
It's all right. We'll let you off just this once, Trans. Wink, wink.
Well, at least the audio people can't see it.
Yeah. We'll put some clips on after.
We'll put a little sensor bar over me messing with my nose because it's itching so bad. We'll do that in post. That's gonna happen.
I'm not going to call this episode the itching nose episode because this doesn't relate it back. To be fair, should I talk more about the Activision Blizzard part, or are you okay with that?
If you want, I mean, if we've said our piece on that particular article, then we can go to the next one.
Works out. Well, we've talked about a lot of shit pretty much on them. Pretty much of the
and they're still in the news because it's still an ongoing thing. So it's still really big.
But yeah, funny enough, we're going to talk about Blizzard Studio to be co-led by a woman.
This is better news, though.
This is better news. But it's the word Blizzard. It just built up from that to then just cool, smooth on there. Blizzard Studio to be co-led by a woman for the first time in its history. That was the site that was done on PC Gamer. Blizzard has announced that J. Allen Brack, if that's how you pronounce it, is leaving his position as the president of the studio to be replaced by Jen O'Neill and Mike Wybara.
I think it's Ibarra.
Ibarra. Okay. Thank you. You're an absolute ledge for getting all these names as co-heads of the studio. So that'll be interesting. To be fair, Brack was named as in the California lawsuit, specifically concerning how he dealt with allegations made against Alex Afrasibi, as you pronounce it. Thank you. Thank God for that.
That's not bad. Thank
you.
Actually.
I'm blushing, guys. That's why I'm looking at the other screen quickly, not to do that. Drinking too much, and I'm not drinking too much. That's what the article said. Drinking too much and harassing female employees at company events where he only punished FSCB. I can't say the words. By verbal counselling. Brack was also on stage during a 2010 BlizzCon Q&A panel in the video of the various developers' responses to a question about the over-sexualization of characters. And then Blizzard's statement goes on to make the explicit that this change is related to working culture. With their many years of industry experience, deep commitment to integrity and inclusivity, Jen and Mike will lead Blizzard with care, compassion, and a dedication to excellence. So the way I pronounced it, bits right with some of the names, but the way
okay.
it worded it, it kind of feels like Blizzard have started to try and fix on the
Yep.
studio. So it's just it should be good now that I feel like
Things
it's
are getting
starting.
better.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
So when we raging about Activision Blizzard at the start, like they're bastards for not sorting this out, and
Yep.
this is mad scenes to be fair. But
Remember
You
when
know,
I
I'll
told you
be.
this? Go ahead. Go
sorry.
ahead.
No. You go ahead. You go ahead.
No, remember when I told you, Malk, that it depends on how they're going to handle this. If they want
Oh
to
yeah,
get
yeah,
their reputation back, it's going to
yeah,
depend on how they're going to handle it. And even since that article has been released, even more people have stepped down or been replaced.
yeah.
So, and I didn't even get all the updates on all that. I just know that there's people who have left, who have, there was a lady who had, I don't know if she worked with sponsorships or what. She left. She was one of the first people to say that the allegations were false and da 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 da.
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
so she's not there anymore.
Yeah.
And then there's other people that are not there anymore. And of course they fired, the one guy last year. He had been fired for that. And there was I saw an article about it, but it was kind of hush hush about it. This is kind of a added little bonus to this article here. He
Okay.
was removed quietly, but later on they did state it was because of his work environment that he was creating for the employees. They did state
Mhm.
that was the reason why. They didn't say at the time, and his social media accounts were all shut down and all that stuff. He did that, but he was removed from the company for that reason, is what they did eventually come out saying. But they didn't want to make a big panic about it. So
It's mad, to be fair.
So
I mean,
I'm gonna just gonna
go ahead.
interject there. As much as I want to give Activision Blizzard credit for making this super awesome change and giving this woman this opportunity that hasn't been given to women clearly ever.
Yeah.
I kind of want to shit on them a little bit. So,
Okay, go ahead.
Damn.
honestly, this amazing woman that's probably extremely talented probably would have never gotten the opportunity to do this until something like this happened. And the only reason
Absolutely.
why they did this, why they gave this woman this opportunity, was because they wanted to fucking clean up their mess. And they did it in the best way they know how. And they're like, let's just throw a woman up there. We'll just pick the best one we think, all right, would be for this position, even though we haven't given her any opportunities for God knows how long, or any other woman any opportunities for God knows how long, until this happened. So at the end of the day, yes, okay, you want a fucking cookie, Blizzard, here's a fucking cookie, okay? But at the end of the day, this awesome woman wouldn't have gotten an opportunity for an opportunity like this unless y'all fucked up and y'all wanted to try to clean up your fucking mess, okay? Because you had no fucking choice. You had nothing else you could do to fix this. So I'm just saying, just putting that out there, just making that little point there.
This is the first ever time both me and Trans have actually clapped on a statement that we both agreed
This
on.
is very true.
Absolutely. So privileged with that. Absolute privilege. Doctor Who. I love that
Yeah,
show. I love that
and
show.
Oh,
and
Doctor
honestly,
Who.
yeah, who was here? All the love. We were like, oh my gosh, I do that too. And I'm like, yeah, that happens on my channel all the time. All the love. And Mount can't do it unless I'm here. He can't. This is I told him he cannot do
Yeah.
it unless it's with me.
Yeah.
That's my thing.
Not saying a word at all.
But no,
So,
but
yeah.
I agree with you on that, actually, very much. I mean, as great as it is that she's getting this opportunity, it's one of those things where it's also a business move. And
Yeah.
it's a business move
Yeah.
because they're like, oh crap, this happened. Now we've got to fix it. Oh, let's get this woman who has these years of experience and put her up there and make it seem like we're doing it for the culture. You know?
Yeah.
So yeah. I hear you completely.
I just like, it makes me so happy for her. Don't get me wrong, but fuck you, Blizzard. You should have given this woman an opportunity years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Just anyway.
I am absolutely speechless at all, to be fair, because it was absolutely top notch and fair freaking play to you. ItsFatale for that.
Yep.
Because,
Thank you.
but it's like but this is the problem, as I said earlier on. It's like it's a 2-year investigation. No one, I don't know why it didn't get sorted years ago. Like, do you know what I mean? As well, and it's knackering the company now, and because they're in so much shit now, they'll be like, well, what do we do?
Exactly.
I can't. I don't know. Sometimes I start a sentence. I don't know what I'm going to say. But then
let's show the world that we care about women and we actually want to empower them, and we're not actually trying to quiet them for this, horrible situation that's been happening for God knows how long. Like, come on.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yep.
Oh, you know what? Fair freaking play. I am speechless. I am absolutely speechless because it's just like, damn you! It's like Judge, you down now.
Judge Fatale. I love it. I love it.
Oh, that'll be the episode. That'll be the episode name. That'll be good.
I love
it. Toad is on AKK in 81. It says hashtag grilled cheese o'clock. Yes,
I know what he's referencing for that. By the way, it's the crazy thing about it.
Oh, okay. We'll talk about that after the podcast because I want to know what the hell's going on.
Yeah, I want to know what that means too.
Yeah.
Well, we're almost finished with the news segment. Before we get into the next segment, I can probably tell you what it's referencing.
Oh, okay. But yeah, that's what I've got for the Blizzard Studio article part for the news segments and the PC itself. So, have you got any more, guys, for that, or are you okay with the damn right Judge dash down? Nah.
I'm good.
Love it.
Yeah, you're good.
I love it, girl. Go for it. Go for it.
Dr. Who says hashtag empower women.
Empower women. He knows I'm all about that.
Yeah. So it's all good. But let's go from the heated moments to the judge moments to the cool, calm moments. Let's go from segment 1, which we already done. And I can't believe we've done 45 minutes on the screen.
We did good. We're on good timing. Yeah. I like this time.
Do not say any more. Do not say any more, Trance. Do not say any more. Nah.
Okay, so about the grilled cheese o'clock. And I see what Doctor Who just posted.
I don't know what I mean, but now I want grilled cheese. Yeah, I want grilled cheese now.
What it is he was telling me about watching the shows and having the commercials in between, and he sees a lot of these grilled cheese commercials from Kraft, and that's actually what the campaign is it's grilled cheese o'clock.
Oh, okay.
Oh, wow.
That's what he's talking about.
So Toad, I'll call him Toad, AKK in 81. He so now it's going to be called the grilled cheese.
Grilled cheese
o'clock parts. No, as if anything goes on. To be fair, and now I want a grilled cheese. Oh, that reminds me of a character in the UK that I know of. Like, I'll talk to you about it after anyway. But there's a character.
Oh, I know who you're talking about. I know who you're talking about.
You're
about that cheese.
It's it's a bit mature, like cheese type of stuff on here. Right, we're going ahead of schedule. Well,
segment 2.
Segment 2. So now we're going to go straight to the segment 2, which is hopefully leading up to the main discussion topic, which I'll let Trance do the main discussion topic. Yes, the hostess with the mostest. That's got an itchy nose. every
I
time.
do. I don't know what's going on. It's
So,
weird. Tell me
um,
to-
so yeah, but yeah, the main discussion topic. So I'll hand it over to the hostess with the mustache. Is trans.
Okay, all right. So today's discussion, guys, we're going to talk about Niantic's response to the fans' fury over Pokemon Go changes. If you play Pogo, you know exactly what I'm talking about. They a lot of the fans, well, recently Niantic had actually reverted back the changes to that they had made to the game for COVID purposes. 80 meters away from gyms and Pokestops before you can hit it. You can be 80 meters away and hit them still. Well, they dropped that back down to 40 meters. And then they also took a lot of the bonuses away that they were given as well, like extra gifts and a few other things that they were doing as well. So they took those down as well. And that has infuriated a lot of the Pokemon Go community. They did issue a response over the complaints surrounding this decision and said that they were they brought it back to 40 meters because they want people to connect to real places in the real world and to visit places that are worth exploring. But the question is that there's still variants of COVID that are still out and about. People are still dealing with this stuff. So people are still a little bit furious about that. They did say they heard the community loud and clear surrounding the changes to the gym interaction distance. That's in reference to the distance as well. They acknowledged the concerns that were raised by the community. And I have the article here, like the actual discussion they had said, the tweet. Let me see. And they pretty much are saying, hey, we're doing this to get back to the way things were. And a lot of people are not happy about that. I understand that. And for me personally, I'm going to start this off because I am a Pokemon Go player. For me personally, I like that they had the distance. It was better for a lot of people. And on top of that, they were accommodating for those who were still concerned, even up to this point. And we still have to deal with COVID. It's still out there. It may have died down in the news some, but the variants are still out there, and the main one is still out there. People are getting vaccinated left and right. That's great, but people are still dealing with it.
Yeah.
So I personally have not played Pokemon Go a lot because I haven't had a chance. I saw this, and they had actually staged a boycott on the 5th of August to, go against these. And they're talking about doing longer boycotts as well. They're talking about doing like a longer, absence of the game so they don't have to, so that they can make a point saying, we're not happy about these changes. Please change them back. On one hand, I get that, I get why Niantic is doing it, trying to get us back to a pre-COVID status with the game. On the other hand, I get why people are upset. Some people, especially if they have disabilities or whatever and can't get as close to the gyms or whatever, they won't be able to do as close as they were before. Some people are worried about, getting sick, with still people wearing masks out left and right everywhere you go. Some people are happy because they don't have to do as much or get as close to it, or there's a gym that they can't get access to easily. So I kind of understand that too. So I understand both sides of this in a way. But personally, I really wish they would have reverted it back and not taken away the bonuses. The bonuses were huge, and that helped so much with leveling and everything else they were doing. It didn't specify that. Here's a tweet by somebody. Hashtag Hear Us Niantic is what they were tweeting. Dear Niantic Labs, Pokemon Go app, John Hank at Pokemon.
Yeah.
The Pokemon Go community has been waiting patiently for an answer in the last few days, but sadly many trainers have walked away. We seek your attention and respond as the community really needs it now. And it's like a list of different things as to, they had a letter that they wrote up by the fans as to why they were upset about the changes. And honestly, it's legitimate reasons. So personally, I understand where it's coming from. I get it. I get both sides of it. But as a player, I personally think that I really wish they would revert back to the other changes because there are so many people who are still concerned about a lot of the things out there. You know what I mean? And there's other reasons as well. The open letter to Niantic is on that link of that actual article that they wrote as the Pokemon Go community collectively. So if you guys want to look at it, that comes from IGN too. So that's on that page if you want to do a quick glance at it.
Yeah.
Goya says, cheese, the nose knows, and get them vaccines. That's what he said from what I was saying.
So I
y'all's
mean,
opinion.
I'm kind of like, okay, so I played Pokemon Go when it first came out. I
Yeah.
remember like before there are people that just started playing Pokemon Go within the last 3 years, and Pokemon Go, the way it was day one, is completely different from the way it is now.
That's very true.
And this is before COVID. This is,
Yeah.
pre-COVID. And I sometimes sit around and I go, I miss that. I remember I would go and I would get together with my friends and we would have Pokemon Go days. And mind you, I'm not a teenager. I'm not in my 20s. I'm 30 years old. Okay. Like I straight up got together with all of my other 30-year-old friends and we would like go out to dinner, and then we would go at night to like the nearest gyms by where we all lived and just take them down, and just dominate the area. It was crazy. And then I remember one time a cop showed up because we were kind of trespassing, but not really. So I guess somebody called the cops and was like, listen, you're on a golf course, like you're not supposed to be here. But we were on the outskirts of it, so they realized like we weren't breaking the law or anything. And he
Yeah.
actually played the Pokemon. When he pulled up, he played the Pokemon theme song on
Yeah.
Oh, that's so cool.
on his speaker. Yeah, it was great. And then after that, he's like, hey, he got out of his car. He explained, please make sure not to go past this point. You'll be trespassing, but can you help me play my game because I'm playing too. So
Nice.
so Pokemon Go was like such a huge thing for the real world.
Yeah.
Because it forced you to get out there. It forced you to walk to these places, to exercise, to be active, and to meet these new people. But now with COVID, I mean that changed, and that's why Niantic did what they did. And I thought those ideas were great. There was one point where I spent 2 months at home because of COVID, not because I was COVID positive. Apparently, I'm freaking immune. I've been tested for COVID about 25 times, and every single time it's been negative. I've been exposed, God knows how many times, and that's why I got tested. But my point is that during that period of time that I was at home living with somebody else who was COVID positive, I kind of had to literally quarantine myself. I had no choice. And
Yeah.
most of the things that I spent my time doing was playing Pokemon Go. And it was great because we had all those extra bonuses and all of those
Yeah.
things so that we can still play the game that we enjoy without possibly getting exposed to COVID. So yes, so I definitely see both sides of the coin. I remember old Pokemon Go, which what made it enjoyable was making us get out there and see the world and meet new people.
Yeah.
But now we can't really do that. We shouldn't really be doing that. So it's hard. It's hard to say. It's
Yeah.
yeah.
It really is. It really, and I agree with you. It really is. It's kind of hard. I mean, like I said, my not playing of the game had nothing to do with the boycott or any of that. It was just I was busy, so I didn't really got a chance to play. I hardly have time for hardly anything nowadays. But between this and work and everything else.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I mean, and I enjoyed the bonuses and I enjoyed having those opportunities to get, to send extra gifts and to do the extra things here, to get the extra bonuses for the walking distance and all that stuff. That was wonderful. So for me, I personally, I love those bonuses. I love those things. I did enjoy
Yeah.
getting together with people, but yeah, you're right. We really, especially with variants still out there and there's still so much going on, it's not really the safest opportunity for everybody to do that right now.
Right.
And I
Right.
feel, in a way, I kind of feel like between the states, their individual laws and individual whatever for about COVID policies, and between Niantic and between businesses and all that stuff, I feel like everybody's trying to rush this.
Right.
And I know we want to get back to a pre-COVID life. I get
Yeah.
that completely. I feel that, like, no lie. But
Right.
I feel like everybody's trying to rush it, and it's not really something you can rush until
Yeah.
we've gotten ahead of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right.
So
It
Right.
can be annoying as well, because with the UK as well, we've all been lifted with like the COVID stuff as well, but the cases are going up, so nothing's drastically going to improve as
oh
well.
no, there she is.
So,
Sorry. I was checking my battery.
oh,
Goya says he said he did the same thing as you did, a fatale with his friends as well. And he said, "Yay for the big kids law." And he started saying he wants to be the very best policeman there ever was.
Yeah. He was so nice. He was so nice. He's like, guys, just please make sure not to trespass. I don't want to get called out here
Yeah.
again. But help me because I'm trying to get a Gyarados. And it was so funny because he would call it what did he call it? He like Gyaradosi. Something like that. He like didn't know
Oh.
Pokemon. But he was explaining something that I found very interesting at the time. That because Pokemon Go was such a big thing when it
yeah.
first came out, and a lot of people were trespassing and they were breaking the law just to play this game, the police chiefs were giving the order for all of the police officers, sheriffs to learn how to play the game,
Oh
download the game
wow.
on their phones, yes,
Oh,
so that they
okay.
can become familiarized with all of the Pokestops. So that way, okay, yeah, there's a large group of people. We got a call of somebody loitering. Oh, it's because there's a Pokestop there. Or, oh,
Yeah.
it's because I remember there was a conversation I had with that police officer about spoofing. I don't know if you know what
Okay.
spoofing is, where you can pull up the software on your laptop and you can
Yeah.
see literally a whole map of, it was cheating essentially. But
Yeah.
I
you could have like an
yeah.
entire map of all of the stops and all of the gyms and everything. So they were able to kind of control the public just by learning the game. So they had to learn the game. I thought that was really interesting. I didn't know that.
Malk, your chat's been
Makes
going off a
sense.
little crazy. Doctor Who said she's lying. She's 28. First off, we got some emojis from Doctor Who, Pikachu
Yeah.
and Chimchar. And Doctor
Whatever.
Who said,
Who?
hi. Crash Test said, to be honest, I feel Niantic has gotten lazy with the colors of the shinies and the design of some of the Pokemon. Yeah, I agree with you. Some of the newer
I agree with
generations are
that.
not as good. And Doctor Who said, "Hey, what's going on, Crash? How you doing?" We got some more emojis, and yeah, Doctor Who, I'm doing good, bro. How about yourself? So,
And also, thank you for the host as well, Doctor Who. I,
thank
I,
you.
I feel like saying, where's all the doctors now? Where's the Daleks and all
I
the
love Doctor
Cybermen?
Who too. I like Doctor
Doctor
Who
Who,
too.
absolutely amazing. And
Yes, hey,
I
I'm a
feel
total
bad.
nerd.
I feel bad to say Doctor Who is absolutely amazing. You'd be like, well, I'm the Doctor on the chat as well, and you probably, where's the sonic screwdriver and all the other stuff as well? Where's the TARDIS as well? But yeah, it should be good.
Now,
But yeah,
what do you think? What do you think? We both said what we think. So, what do you think? Whether or not you play the game, what do you think about this stuff?
I absolutely love Pokemon, and I remember
Mhm.
back in the early days. Yes, I'm in my 30s, mid
Me
30s, mid
too.
30s this year. To be fair, and I when it came out, I only played bits of it when it first came out, and I haven't touched it since because it got popular and then it died down massively. I don't know why or how, but it died down massively. Then all of a sudden, it started to crept itself back up again, and I haven't touched it since. But reading the article from the situation itself, I feel like I, I do agree on two sides, but then at the same time, I do think they should have kept the settings as that what they were, not to eliminate all the bonuses and everything, because it's not fair for, especially for the hardcore like Pokemon trainers. I call you
Yeah,
guys Pokemon trainers now because you've got the apps
I
properly. Do you
am.
know what I mean?
I'm
Do you
not
know
gonna
what I mean?
lie.
Do you know what I mean?
This
So
is
it,
the
it
longest absence I've had from the game until, except for the fact when I didn't have the game because I couldn't play it on my phone. This is the longest absence I've had it since having the game back on my phone. It's been like,
yeah.
oh gosh, like over a week. It's been a long time.
Yeah, I can see what they're trying to do. They're trying to get, as you said, trying to get back to normality, but it's still out there. I feel like saying it's out there somewhere.
It's
COVID,
out there.
it's out there. It's like the X Files, but it's the COVID files as well.
The COVID files.
Yeah, the COVID files.
That's going
And
to become a thing now.
yeah, and then
I'll
you
say
hear that the
that.
X Files theme tune keeping creeping in at that point. Um, but it's just basically pretty much like I can see what they're trying to do. They're trying to get back to normality, but at the same time, I think they should have kept it as they were, like currently now, like after COVID, because with all the bonuses and everything that you guys have got, it's like say it's like say, oh, I've gained £1 million or $1 million, shall we say, and I've just got that on the
Yeah.
app, and I've been told, oh, that £1 million or dollars that you had is going to be chucked out. How do you feel about that? It's just like, well, I'll be pretty much
Yeah.
pissed off as well at the same time.
Yeah.
I'll be losing all that bonuses and all that money and everything that you've earned with the Pokemon itself. But I think what they're doing is wrong as a player point of view. To be
Yeah.
fair, and that's what they should be thinking about. Is that it's the community, it's
Yeah.
everyone,
Agreed.
it's
Agreed.
everyone, and it
And
should.
they have such a massive global following, and everybody in every country is dealing with a similar situation. Maybe something worse in one
Exactly.
area than another, but the following for Pokemon Go is global,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and so they've got to take this on a big scale and look at it in the big picture, really, and
Right.
taking it away and trying. And I get trying to get through to common to life again, but trying to do it like this, I just feel like that's really not fair to the players.
I just feel like the world's not ready for it yet. Not yet.
Mm-mm.
Not yet. We need to wait a little bit longer.
Yeah.
Especially with all the spikes that are happening right now globally.
Yeah.
It's just I just feel like we're just simply not ready for it. As much as we want to normalize, we're not ready to normalize yet.
Is
So
America from you guys' point of view still high? Because I know UK is still high when the lockdown has eased off. But I don't know about you guys
so
in your
as
side.
per CDC numbers, from what I saw actually earlier this week, I was in the office and I just pulled it up. I was just curious. Apparently we had dropped from May into June. We were doing well, and
Yeah.
then suddenly towards the end of July we just shot up, and now we're at a point where now we're back where we have no room in the hospitals. And it's just like, what the hell is going on? So we are unfortunately reverting back. So they're even discussing mandate for the masks again. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Where I'm at, people have been like pulled tooth and nail to try and follow mandates. Some people just are just not doing it. We are getting back to live music. I don't know what the policy is on the live music. There may be some sort of seating arrangement where it's only limited capacity or whatever. I don't know. But live music is coming back here. The bars and everything have opened up back to
Yeah.
regular capacity. Buildings have opened up to most regular capacity. They're pretty much letting each business say, okay, do we want to have a mask mandate or not have a mask mandate? My job, we don't
Right.
require it. We recommend it for
Yeah.
our guests, but we don't require it for us. But if we feel uncomfortable, we can still wear a mask.
We still
Yeah.
we still wear, like in the UK, it is like optional to wear the masks in the shops now. Before you had to wear a mask, but
Yeah.
for me personally, because I travel like on public transport, I have to wear masks on public transports. Public transports, because it's not safe. It's never
Yeah.
will be safe. Anywhere else, like in the open outside, it's like you can take it off or just breathe a bit and ease off. But it's just been a bit. When the lockdown hit, it was eased off, but then to be honest, our government is just absolute dog shit.
Yeah.
To be honest, and I'm saying it literally because they knew about it before. I know we're talking about from gaming to politics now. In this case. But,
Let's try not to go there. Let's try not to go there, guys.
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
it's just
We
one
want to
rant.
keep it. It's a serious topic, but we won't try and keep it up.
Yeah, but
Your chat is going crazy, Malk. Oh my gosh.
Oh yeah.
Doctor Who was talking about going to get food, and they were asking where they were going.
I wonder if he's getting some grilled cheese because of the food.
Here.
He might be going for grilled cheese.
Hi, Shani. All the love to you. And Kane and Shani are going back and forth talking. We just been going to town on conversations.
No, but yeah.
Food cart. Doctor Who says trying out this food cart down the road. I'll post in Discord. That sounds amazing.
See,
oh my
knows.
Gosh.
Okay, so all of my dragons for my Dragon Nest community, they know I'm all about the food porn. I am obsessed with food.
Love it.
So I demand it's so funny because Taco Tuesdays I do Taco Tuesdays on Tuesdays, obviously because Taco Tuesdays. Anyway, anytime somebody pulls up into the stream, I'm like, hey, happy Taco Tuesday. Did you have tacos today? If you didn't have tacos, what did you eat? And I always want to know. So he knows I want pictures. Send them immediately. So I have a food porn channel on my Discord.
I feel privileged now to watch out for Taco Tuesdays, and I just want them now. To be fair,
Goya said we were talking about Doctor Who earlier. He said exterminate, quoting the Daleks. Yeah. And then he said, I just turned 32. We were talking about our ages. He said street food is love. I want some carne asada tacos. That's what he said.
Lol.
Yes, and they know Taco Bell tacos. That's a different story, my friend. That's the real taco.
It's going to turn into from the gaming to politics and now to food as well. And this is what I love about this podcast, because you just never know what's going to happen. To be fair, but now
we're trying to be good, and we're talking about food again. Wow. That's what happened the last time.
We tried to be good with the food. Now I'm hungry as well, to be fair. Even though I've had a Burger King earlier on just before we started, to be fair. So, but yeah, I know, bad food, to be fair. So anyway, let's go back to the pandemic, the Pokemon Go scenario. But in all honesty, they should have kept it as they were, leave the rewards, because that's what the hardcore Pokemon trainers, I'm calling you guys Pokemon trainers, because you guys have been on the apps all the time, and you've earned the right to get all these extra points and extra bonuses and extra money. I don't know, extra bits, shall we say? And it's all mad, to be fair. And I don't blame the people that are just like, look, why are you taking away something that's going back to pre-COVID and wipe off all that extra stuff when you feel like, oh, is this going to be a tease? Are you trying to tease us to waste all our time for 2 years worth of waste, to be fair, of the extras? That's how I don't know if you guys see it that way, but that's how I see it, to be fair. It's kind of waste, to be fair. But
Goya says he makes some mean carne asada tacos. No, he said he makes some mean carne asada. Sorry, not tacos, just carne asada.
Okay, carne asada. Okay,
that works.
Do not bring the judge of ItsFatale now. Do not do that.
He lives close to me. I should say, just bring me some then. Goodness.
Thank you to JT.
Damn it, Goya.
Thank you to JT Holmes 90 for the follow. Thank you very much, mate. Absolute ledge. Have you guys got any more to discuss about the main discussion topic of your other views of it, or do you feel like what you said is pretty much what you said?
I feel like, unless the chat has something to add to that, I feel like I said, I pretty much stated my case on it, to be honest. I see both sides. I get it, but it's too soon. It's too soon.
Yeah.
It's how I see it.
I agree.
Yeah, the bastards ruining the Pokemon stuff. You could tell we're just all out raging on every topic that we're looking at, from Blizzard to Pokemon Go as well.
We're just going hard on this episode. We
are.
It's the Dragon Fire. Dragon Fire is
okay. I love it. I love it.
It's like
Goya says, I love cooking, and he goes, it is.
You're alright, Shani, how you doing? I became well. Crash Test, it says, the main thing I want Niantic to put back is the long distance trading as well.
I never got to experience that, but yeah.
But
very cool. Very cool.
Yeah.
Tell us more. With that, because
no, I never got to experience it. So yeah, I would love to hear about that.
It started when COVID first started, when they first applied all of these issues, or I'm sorry, all of
Yeah.
these changes. And I had a friend in Maryland. She's not in Maryland anymore now. She's in Hawaii, so we haven't tried it since then.
Okay.
But yeah, so we would all you needed to do was be connected to the internet. You needed to be friends. You needed I think at the time you needed to be the same team or something like
Okay.
that. There was some sort of a requirement. I don't recall. It's been a long time.
Okay.
I'm talking like 2020, like at the beginning of 2020.
It's all right.
And yeah, and yeah, it was really simple, but there was something I'm missing right now that needed to be done in order for it to work. But it was
Okay.
really cool. It was really cool because I did trade with her. She played Pokemon Go more than I did.
Yeah.
So we traded
Nice.
shinies and stuff. So that was cool. But yeah, it's
Oh.
it's something that you didn't have before. Even when you played the Pokemon games on Game Boy, you had to have a little
Oh.
cable, you know.
Yeah,
Yes.
You
you
had to have a little
did.
cable,
Oh
yeah,
my gosh, I
in
remember the
order to,
cables.
we didn't have that. So when Niantic came out with that with Pokemon Go, I thought that was amazing.
Yeah.
Even as we move on with like the newer Pokemon games on the new Game Boys, you could trade wirelessly. You didn't need the cable anymore, but
Yeah.
I think you still had that. There was also something there that you needed to do. I
The
forget
DS
what it
had an
was.
opportunity for you to go into the trading room and you could trade all
Uh-huh.
across the world, which is pretty cool.
Right. So
I remember
anyway,
that.
so still really cool. Really cool.
Silver,
But yeah.
Pokemon Diamond and what was the other one?
Is it silver?
It was the Palkia. It was Palkia and Dialga. Dialga.
I thought you
I
nearly
can't
said
remember what it was.
Diablo. I thought you nearly said Diablo.
Dialga. Yeah. G. Goya says Hawaii jelly, lol. There is the global trade market and home and stuff. So
Okay.
Oh yeah.
yeah.
Yep.
Oh, I'm sure we got a lot more questions about the Pokemon scenarios in the Ask Us Anything later on.
No,
I
I have
reckon.
food, guys. I have food now.
Oh, thanks for telling us the food
Sorry.
right now.
Sorry.
Is it
Oh,
tacos?
JT.
It's JT. JT.
No,
JT.
Kids now never had to deal with the link cable for Game Boy. No, they
yeah,
know nothing
it's
about that.
true. They know nothing
They
about
don't.
that. I begged my mom for the damn cable. I never got it.
Yeah. And you had to buy it
But
separately.
Yeah, you had to buy it separately.
That was annoying as well, wasn't it? As well. So, do you remember the camera though for the Game Boy? Do you remember that one? The camera.
Mm-hmm.
I remember that.
Yeah.
I never actually got one, but I remember
It was similar. So this is my old webcam. But it was similar to something like this, just obviously smaller.
Yeah.
And you would hook it up to the back of the Game Boy.
Yeah.
And yeah, so it was like that, but it was like maybe this size. But yeah, I remember that for sure. I wanted that too.
It's the pre-selfies back in the day.
Yeah.
In the day.
Did you see what Kane said he made for dinner?
Yeah, I'm just reading the comments now. Sorry, Kane. Anyone says 7 bean soup with diced turkey, pepperoni, simmered in. Ooh, nice.
Okay.
And then Crash said the link cable was a struggle for sure. I think.
Oh, for sure.
Was it?
And the worst thing about it is like those little things, little connectors that get bent, and you had to have it organized a certain way when they bent. So if you had a cable that was messed up, you had to like jigamy it just a little bit to get it on the back of your Game Boy just to get it right.
Right.
And then sometimes you just wanted to break the cable just because you wanted to get it to work at the same time. JT says I had the camera and the printer, but no link cable. Oh, mate.
Yeah, I had the link cable. I didn't have the camera or the printer. That was my thing.
Oh, wow,
You guys could have swapped to say, can I have this?
Yeah.
You could have had the whole set.
Goya said it isn't Tuesday, but every day is a good taco day. And he also said there was a printer as well. Yeah, we were talking about that, yeah.
Nice. You
I
poor...
grew up with that too.
Toad says, you poor summer children. I grew up with Sega Game Gear as well. I remembered it, and I remember they didn't have, I can't remember if they had the camera, but I remember they had like the TV antenna, so you could watch TV with the antenna, like an
Oh
attachment,
wow.
and it was like an attachment with it, and you could just play TV shows like in the UK, you watch all of, like the local programs and stuff. But it
Hmm.
was just manic. To be fair, it was just absolutely epic. But again, I haven't played much on the Game Gear, but I remember the Game Boy with the Tetris and then the camera
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
we can't forget about Pokemon because that's our
Yeah.
topic. To be
What's that
fair,
topic?
well, our main topic as well. To be fair, yes, it's just absolutely epic. Crash says, to be honest, when it comes to accessories, Nintendo really do have it thought out.
That's very
Yeah.
true. They've done a lot
They
with
do.
accessories on their games. That's very true.
What was
They know how to make money.
That's right. It's that.
check
That's what it is. That's what it is.
See those eyes? It's just like dollar signs or pound signs everywhere you
Mhm.
go. Just like, nice. It's very nice on here.
How
So,
can we monetize this today?
it's not going to be the promotions episode again because we've already mentioned about that a
We have
couple
a
of weeks
promotions
ago.
episode. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, so but it's mad. I'm still calling it the Judge ItsFatale episode. I'm still calling it that.
Judge
Either
Fatale.
way. Judge Fatale episode. No. JT says, "Y'all remember the OG Game Boy with the contrast wheel? I loved that brick."
The OG
I-
Game Boy?
Oh
Yes.
my
Yeah.
God.
Yes, I remember that.
That
I-
was
Goya.
my first like gaming device ever. Like my
Really?
first exposure to gaming was an OG Game Boy. And then
Oh,
my
no way.
mom and I couldn't afford to have a washing machine in our house, so we'd go to a laundromat, and the laundromat had a Miss Pac-Man arcade game.
Oh, okay.
And I would play that, and I would play Tetris. The Game Boy was my mom's, and she passed it down to me.
Huh?
So that was my first gaming experience ever.
That's mad. That's absolutely mad.
Yeah.
Oh, I remembered the OG Game Boy as well. I remember playing Tetris, and I don't know if you remember Super Mario Land, the first one. Do you remember the Super Mario Land?
Okay,
I don't
okay.
think I remember Super
The-
Mario Land.
Yeah,
I
Super
don't think I
Mario Land.
do.
See, this is where all the grey hairs are just cut off.
Okay,
Yeah.
now,
That's
first
enough,
off,
right?
I'm older than you are.
Yeah,
We've
no,
established
that's
this.
right. That's why I'm just saying it quick before.
First off.
Yeah, so straight up to the point on
Goya
the-
said, before we finish this up, Goya said that Hey You Pikachu game, lol, with that mic.
Lol.
Ah!
Lol.
Oh.
Sorry, guys.
I forgot all about
Chicken
that
just
game.
shoved a cup at me.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Oh, no way. Oh, Pikachu.
And
Oh.
Goya said, I still have my OG brick Game Boy.
Oh God.
If you've still got the box, you're an absolute ledge because you'll be
Collector's item.
mint.
That's a collector's item
To be
now.
fair. It
That's
is.
crazy.
To be fair.
Yeah.
I remembered I had Tetris, Super Mario Land. Trying to remember the names now. I can't remember if there was a Simpsons one. I can't remember. I don't think so. I'm thinking of the NES version of it, but I know there was I know it was those two mainly, and I could not because of the batteries. They wouldn't last long. They were just like one day, and you're like, oh, I need new batteries. Gone, and that's it. It's just pure gaming side of it all. To be
Oh
fair,
my God, I
so
was about to sneeze. Oh.
it's
JT.
all right. Don't worry. We got the
It was coming. It was there.
okay.
And then it just like it's gone. It's gone.
It's we had the itching nose from the legendary trance, and now we nearly had the sneeze. And from to be fair.
JT said, I had the OG Game Boy and an NES with Mario Brothers and Duck Hunt, that damn dog.
Oh,
Yes.
man.
We talked about that not too long ago. Goya
Yeah.
also says, I still have my old game consoles as well. My first console was the SNES my mom bought me when I was like 4 years old.
No
I
way.
got an SNES for
Wow.
Christmas one year. I was the happiest kid on the block.
Yeah, I my mom couldn't afford to buy me anything. So anytime I would play, okay, so I guess I lied a little bit. I
Oh.
definitely did play for the first time ever. I want to say I was like 5 or 6. My neighbor Bobby, named after that character, that cartoon, Sunday morning cartoon character, Bobby. he would go on his little plastic tricycle thing. I
Paperboy.
forgot his name.
Paperboy.
Bobby's World or something like that. No,
Oh,
it was like
no.
Bobby's World.
Oh my gosh!
You remember
I remember
that?
show. I remember
Yeah,
that
so he was named
show.
after that, and he was my
Oh my
best friend. And
Oh, okay.
he had Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. And I remember
Nice.
it was on the NES,
Yes.
and I wanted to play and he wouldn't let me play. So, but I remember I would watch him. That was my first time like ever seeing it. And then I didn't really get a console until I was way older. Like I want to say like maybe 12 years old. My mom got me a Nintendo 64 or something like that. But
Oh, yes.
every experience that I had throughout that period of time was always like a friend, you know, or I'd go over
Yeah.
their house. I know they had like a Sega and I'd play there. But my
Yeah.
mom did have that Game Boy and she would like, you know, let me play the Tetris on there, but it wasn't the same.
Goya remembers it too. He said Bobby's World. Yeah, he was on the red tricycle. I remember the show.
Yes.
I remember the show.
I tell you what, I am absolutely ecstatic because I always say ItsFatale legendary, and now you said super legendary because the N64 was without the legendary.
I still have
console.
it. That I still have in my house. Yeah.
Crash Test said I started on a Commodore 64. Lol. And JT's like, damn, you're old. And Kane goes, I learned to read on the Commodore 64.
I remember playing the Commodore 64 because my brother had the keyboard of it, and you had to play a lot with the floppy disks as well, and and the cassettes. Oh my god, the cassettes! They don't freaking work all the time. You're just like, and then you have to type in run, start. Now I'm getting old. Now trying to remember all the Commodore, but that was not my first console. I remember my brother had the Commodore. He had it for a bit. Then I remembered he had the NES. He had the Bart Simpson one game. He had the California games. I don't know if you guys remember California games.
I do.
Super Mario Brothers.
I remember that.
1, 2, and 3. That year. 3 for me on the NES is without doubt the bestest ever game in the NES part.
Wasn't California Games the one that had the skating game?
Yeah, you had to do a skate.
I played the hell out of that thing. I love that game.
There was one where you
have to skate and not hit the cracks and not hit the trash on the sidewalk.
Yeah. As soon as you touch the crack,
I'm pretty good at it too.
As soon as you touch the crack, it's just like, oh, sorry, I just fell because it was a small crack.
Goya says I have the Tetris on Game Boy as well, and he said they had hacky sack too. There was a hacky sack part of the game.
Wow.
Yeah. You're right, Goya. I loved that game. That was like one of the most awesome games ever. Yeah. And I love that skating game, man. That was awesome.
We'll talk about more of that in the Ask Us Anything later. How about that?
Let's get on to our interview. Let's go on to our next section.
Yeah,
because
we're doing absolutely fantastic.
Nearly
an hour and a half.
I'm loving it
on there. So now,
I'm here for it.
This is the part for me, and I'm sure Trans will say the same thing. This part is absolutely amazing. I absolutely love this bit because it brings out the streamer to say, "Oh, what's your thoughts of like how you got into the gaming and all the other stuff?" But we get all the questions. We got ItsFatale to ask 8 random numbers. Random. She does not know the questions at all, and it's all related to like the gaming and the streaming side, like her favourite games or anything like that in general. But obviously, because I've done the questions last week to Angry Teddy Live, it is now Trans Gamer Girl again for asking. So she'll be asking the 8 questions to the legendary, well, for me, super legendary because the N64 comments as well with the ItsFatale.
N64, top notch.
Yeah, top notch. Bish Bash Bosh. That's why I was called the Bish Bash Bosh.
Bish Bash Bosh.
Yeah. Oh, I want you to say that again. ItsFatale is absolutely legendary.
Bish Bash Bosh.
There! Yes! Legendary. So here we go. So I'll hand it over to the hostess with the mostess is Trans Gamer Girl with 8 questions for ItsFatale. So over to you.
All right, so let's go ahead and get started. We've talked about some, and I was reading as the discussions we were having. I was like, "Oh, there's a question coming up that's relating to that." So, but first off, we're going to start out with the first question of who are some of your biggest influences in gaming or streaming?
Okay. So what's interesting is when I got into streaming, I was never one to go on. I didn't even really know what Twitch was.
Okay.
I knew Stone Mountain 64.
Yeah.
And Stone Mountain was like my favorite guy to watch. I just knew he was a guy who would make like highlights on Warzone and all that kind of stuff on Facebook, and he was just really entertaining to watch. I loved his YouTube videos. And when 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 I first started streaming, I started looking for those people to just look at and say, okay, that's where I want to be. What's funny enough is I never really looked at the really famous ones, like the big names like Tim the Tatman and all those people,
Yeah.
or
Okay.
Swag. Everybody loves Swag too. And to be honest with you, I looked at more kind of like female up and coming streamers that were obviously a little farther ahead of me, like Alfonso IV.
Yeah.
Now I preferred to look up to those people because I just felt like it was more attainable, and I felt like they could relate to me more, and I could actually talk to them like a normal person and they'd look at me like a normal person. They weren't all the way up there
Yeah.
already.
Yeah.
When you're all the way up there already, you don't really pay attention to the little guys. You're already there, so you're just like, whatever, okay, hey, bye, no big deal. So I just felt like I didn't really want to look up to those people. I wanted to look at people who I feel like were a little bit more down to earth, just like I am.
Yeah.
So
Top
it's
notch.
hard to answer that
Top
question.
notch as well.
It's hard to answer that question with a specific person because I really just I tried to find as many women as I could who were not stripping on Twitch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm with you on that. Yeah.
Like, listen, I do something that's called titties for the biddies or biddies for the titties, okay? And that's a joke. That is mostly, kind of like I get biddies and it's like, oh, you get the biddies for the titties, and I do this little shimmy, and that's it. But it doesn't necessarily mean that I'm wearing tank tops or bikini tops,
No.
because I want to shake my boobs in the camera and so on and so forth. You're never going to see me dancing in the camera or anything like that. Maybe on my TikToks and stuff, but not when I'm streaming.
Yeah.
So I guess to answer your question with a really long answer, I just looked at women who I felt like I could relate to the most, and who were kind of seeming like they were going after the same goal as I was, which is still the same, becoming the best streamer that I could be without, one, letting it get to my head, two, without having to be completely sexualized about it, and three, just being myself and not trying to be somebody. You don't need to be somebody to be successful. That's just what I believe. So there.
Absolutely.
Awesome. I love it.
Fair.
Goya says no hot tub streams here. And he said,
actually, I do have a hot tub stream coming, but it's not going to be quite what y'all think. You're going to see my sense of humor when you guys see that.
Nice.
We'll just leave it at that.
And he said, just send them pics of the blue-footed booby. It's a bird. He's right, actually.
Oh God, that's hilarious. It's a bird. It's a bird. It's fine.
A bird. Next question. I think we broke Milk.
It's a bird. God. It's a bird. It's a plane. No, it's the baby bird.
Yes. Oh my God.
Oh, are you okay over there, Mel?
No, I'm crying now.
Goya, you broke milk.
Bird is the word.
Bird is
Next
the word.
question.
Bird is the word now. Oh,
What got you into streaming?
So I have always been a gamer.
Mhm.
And I enjoyed gaming. And honestly, I have a clan that I'm part of on Destiny, and they were like, "Fatale, you should stream." And at the time, my name was Femme Fatale. That was my gamer tag, Femme Fatale,
Nice.
and that was stemmed from um, Fatale when I used to do radio.
Okay.
So that particular name has stuck with me at least for about 10 years or so.
Nice.
And they were just like, you would be really good at it. And I was just like, I mean, I don't know. I just feel like, I mean, I'm not that much of a good gamer. Like I don't play very well. I just play for fun.
yeah,
And they kind of convinced me, and they were just like, it's not like that. Like you don't have to be an amazing gamer to be a great streamer.
yeah,
You just need to interact with your chat and, have a good time with it. And plus, I'm not trying to like boast or anything, but they were like, you're a beautiful.
Oh,
Oh.
we lost her. We lost her. Oh no. You're
Uh-oh.
beautiful something. That's okay. Hopefully she'll be able to get back in.
Yeah, hopefully. I am speechless.
Technical difficulties, guys. That's okay.
Yeah.
She'll be back here soon. It's all good.
There we go. Oh, wait.
There she is.
Okay. I think the app just crashed.
Oh no.
The app just totally crashed. Okay, it's fine because we're back. Okay, but anyway, so we were saying back on track. Oh yeah, they were like, you're a beautiful girl. You could totally get away with it. And maybe you can make some money on the side. And to be honest with you, I heard money. And I was like,
Cha-chink!
well, why not? I mean,
That's
maybe
fair.
I should give this a shot. And I don't
That's
have
fair.
to take off my clothes. Let's do it. So that's pretty much what got me into streaming. And then when I first started out, you could see like my early days on like 2 of my YouTube videos. And it was just me introducing myself to the world. And I had completely been out of the public eye for a while. And that includes social media. So just personal social media, just in general, I just didn't want to be, in the public eye like that. And so me coming into streaming, I just turned the switch for everything. I turned my Instagram into, a gaming Instagram. I mean, I completely changed everything. I opened a YouTube channel, like there was just so many things that I just did. And I told myself, if I'm going to do this, I'm going to go ham, and day one is going to be everything set. Within 30 days, I already had my email. I already had my logo in works. Like I had overlays, everything. I was just like, if I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this the right way. So yeah, that's how I got into streaming.
Awesome.
Wow.
Goya said, yeah, some of the worst gamers do well. And he said, oh, technical difficulties. We have them. Doing it live, guys.
Yeah. When you left, you said it was beautiful, and then you cut off. And like we was wondering what
You're
was this name? It was beautiful. I thought we was in it for the money. Yeah. To be fair.
Oh god.
But after it was absolutely. We was worried, thinking, oh shit, please come back.
Yeah.
Okay.
It just like totally shut down, and I was like, oh, no. Anyway.
It's okay. It happens. Like I said, doing it live. Excuse me. All right. Is there a game that's releasing soon that you're super hyped to play?
Okay. So that's probably going to be that Harry Potter game that's going to be coming out in December. That's something I'm super hyped up about. You are pretty much going to be able to create your own character in the world of the wizarding world of Harry Potter. You'll be able to choose your own house, and there is a mobile game similar to that, but it's not the same. I'm talking like full MMORPG kind of deal from my understanding. So you have full range of the entire world, and it's going to be kind of like a Skyrim deal So just imagine Skyrim, but Harry Potter.
Wow.
So I'm very excited about
Now you're getting
that.
me
That is
excited about
definitely
this. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
So that is a game I'm definitely excited about 110%.
Goya
No.
says, I will probably get that when it comes out. Slytherin here. All right.
Oh God.
Nice.
So,
I
yeah.
love it. I love it. I know, that's awesome. I love it. Okay, so next question is, what kind of characters do you relate to the most and how so? So if you're playing a game and you come across a certain character, what kind of characters really relate to you? Or do you relate to them?
Okay. So I only probably have one video game character that I could be like, yes, or maybe two. It's hard to choose. I have specifically a Star Wars character that I can relate to 1010%, that I went as far as tattooing her on my body.
Nice.
Okay.
I love
Yes, I have a
it.
huge back tattoo of Ahsoka Tano. So she is somebody that I look up to in every shape, way, or form. And what she believes in. Like, if she were a real person, that would definitely be like my hero kind of thing. Like, it's like that.
Yeah.
Now, gaming wise, because obviously Ahsoka Tano is not in any games right now except this like mobile Star Wars game, but it doesn't really count. I just feel like,
Doesn't
anyway.
count.
I would probably say, just because I play as her all the time, Diva on Overwatch. She is adorable. She's
Diva's
tough.
great. Love Diva.
She's tough.
Oh my
She's
God.
got tood, and she's Korean, and I love everything Korean. Okay, I'm a huge fan of Korean culture, Korean food. Yes,
Girl,
yes.
me and you both.
I love K-pop.
Do you? Hang on. Let me show you something.
Oh God. Wait, is that BTS? No.
That is BTS.
Yes.
OG Army since
Yes.
2015.
Yes, Army, for sure, for sure. I actually got introduced to BTS by my best friend, or just to K-pop in general through BTS. And I actually, as much as I want to say that I am Army, I'm mostly Blink. I am a huge Blackpink fan. So that's that. But anyway, digressing.
We digress.
So,
Sorry.
so that's why Diva is definitely somebody that I can relate to a lot. Just the way she is, like her personality, it's definitely like me. Her emotes, like if I were a video game character, it would definitely be her. Now, the only other character that I could say that I would be like, she's fucking amazing, like I wish I could be her, would be Bayonetta. Bayonetta is so fucking cool.
Okay, all right.
She's so
I see
cool,
that actually.
you know, and she's got like this,
that.
you know, this like, to her, you know, she's sexy, and you know, that's how I am. I'm all about, you know, yes, I feel great. I am sexy. I am a woman. You know, I'm like I'm like that a lot. So
wow.
So Bayonetta is totally like very fitting to my personality as well.
Yeah. Wow.
Okay, so we got a couple things in your chat now that you missed because we were talking.
Yeah, I know.
And Crash Test says it's the only thing from Harry Potter that caught my attention. Talking about that game you were talking about. And JT Holmes goes Gryffindor, Husky Patronus, and 9 3/4-inch ebony wand with a dragon heartstring core and a supple flexibility. According to Pottermore, that's my stuff.
Interesting.
Crash says that Fatale's hair is as long as Bayonetta's hair, and Goya agrees. All that hair. So.
This is true. This is true. Yes.
Oh no way.
That was amazing. I love it.
I've got a question. Actually, since you mentioned about Diva with the Overwatch, would you ever have a tattoo of her on
a Diva? I thought about it.
You thought about it?
Yeah.
I'm very, very specific about all of my tattoo designs. I spent years designing them. I design my own tattoos, give them to the artist and say, give your own little flair, you know, either soften it up, sharpen it up, you know, things like that. And that's pretty much, you know, I'm very, very picky about my tattoos. I just don't go to, I want this tattoo. No, it has to be like art for me.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I have 2 tattoos. Technically it's 3, but it's 2 because one of them is 2 tattoos combined into one. One of them is on my lower back, which has somebody was working on getting a portfolio up, a friend of mine, and he took some flash work and he did like some look like claw like tribal on the bottom, and he put a yin and yang on the top. And I did that for balance. And the other one is right here close to my heart, and it is a Celtic knot, a Celtic triquetra, I guess is what it would be. And it's in the color of the elements. So and there's a very special reason for that too. So see, Malk, you didn't know that.
Well,
I've also thought about getting the Tree of Life done too. I've looked at some Tree of Life art done. I want one of those too. Yeah.
I will be honest. I'm so sorry to disappoint you, lovely ladies, but I've got zilch tattoos.
I was about to ask, do you have any tattoos?
If I did,
Mel, I kind of expected you not to have any tattoos. To be honest, I've known you for so long.
If I did, I would either have like I don't know. I would have like a skull or something, just like a weird, not a weird one, but like a weird skull type stuff. I don't know why. It's just like the Ghost Rider type. You know, like
a flaming skull.
like that flaming skull, and then probably a soccer team logo and stuff. If I ever want, and then the third one, would be like, how you doing? Nah, I'm kidding on that one. But that would be the two if I ever wanted to do that anyway. But
we were talking about the Harry Potter stuff, and Goya said I have a phoenix feather wand, so there's that. I missed that earlier, so.
Nice.
But that's from tattoos to from politics, games and tattoos. This is just going to be like, you guys might call this the hodgepodge episode, honestly. We're talking about a hodgepodge of stuff.
I did not say that. You did.
You did.
I did. And next question we have for you, we're halfway through the questions already, is what game made the biggest impact on you when you were younger, when you were a child, teenager, whatever? What was the game that made the biggest impact on you during that time?
I would say it would be between Miss Pac-Man. And not regular Pac-Man and Miss Pac-Man, because in America at that time, there was like trademark infringement issues, so that's why we had Miss Pac-Man here in America. If y'all didn't know that. But anyway, it would be between Miss Pac-Man and Donkey Kong Country for the NES.
Donkey Kong Country was good. I had that. That was great.
That was the first game I ever played on NES, and it was because I was in an after-school program because my mom worked a lot, and I'd spend hours in that after-school program, and they had an NES, and you could play it 3 times a week. So because all the kids would get picked up early, I would always be the last kid to get picked up. So I was able to play Donkey Kong Country for as long as I wanted to, until pretty much I'd get picked up. So
I love it. I love it. Goya said we were talking about tattoos. He goes, I'm thinking of getting a Bavakakra tat. I don't know how to call that. He says it's the Wheel of Life. It is a Buddhist thing. So
okay.
But that's awesome. That's awesome. I like it, Goya. It sounds great.
Yeah, that's awesome. Speaking of the Tree of Life, I actually have a Tree of Life incorporated into my back tattoo, the Ahsoka Tano tattoo I was talking about.
Oh, nice.
She's sitting on a lotus flower with a Tree of Life behind her, and I've got kind of like lunar phases all around her, but instead of the moon, it's actually the Death Star in lunar phases.
Oh, that's so cool.
With the top as the Rebel Alliance symbol. It was a very intricate, like I said, it was very intricate design. So when you mentioned Tree of Life, I was like, oh, I thought about that.
I know.
I spent years designing that one. Anyway, but yeah.
Wow, that's amazing. That sounds amazing. That sounds gorgeous. That's, oh my gosh.
Pictures on Instagram.
So basically what we're trying to say is it's going to be another promotion episode, basically saying, can we have your artwork? Can we have the artwork of the tattoos as well?
All the artwork. I love it.
Absolutely.
All right, so we got 3 more questions to go. Next question I have for you is, what was the best memory you've had since you started streaming, and what was the worst?
Okay, so the best memory that I've had, that's really easy. I had the first donation I've ever had on my stream.
Oh,
Um,
okay.
and it was an $800 donation. Um, yeah.
Wow.
And he was so awesome about it because he did it in increments throughout
Oh,
the same
okay.
stream. So he
Nice.
was like surprising me with more and more. And next thing you know, I had, the $800 at the end of the stream just in donations only, and that's not including everything that was put in for subs. It was insanity. But the only reason why that was such a big deal for me, I mean, yes, money, great. At the time, I really needed that.
Oh yeah.
So I actually started crying on stream. Um,
Oh,
I've had those
yes.
moments too, girl. I've had those moments too. I can. There is a
So,
clip on my channel that's old clip where I am crying on stream, and
yeah,
it's on there. It's on there in the history of the archives, but it's
yeah.
saved.
So you know what I mean. You know what I mean. It was
Yes,
it was
I
just a
feel
very
you.
overwhelming
I
moment
feel you.
for me. As much as, anybody could say, "Oh, dollar signs." Yeah, that's great, but it just means that somebody cared enough about you and enjoyed your content enough, and just you in general, to be as generous as that person was.
Yeah.
Um, so it just meant a lot to me. It meant a lot more than what people would just assume.
that,
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
yeah.
so that person definitely has a special place in my heart, and that person still continues to not necessarily make those kind of donations, but still continues to grace his presence on my streams and be supportive and be awesome. So yes, that it was definitely a very happy moment for me. Um,
Aw.
Oh,
Now, terrible moments. I want to say I was so embarrassed. I was playing Overwatch by myself. I usually play with my team, and that night everybody was busy. I think they were doing a Destiny raid. Most
Mhm.
of the people that I play with in my clan are from Destiny.
okay.
So they were all raiding, and I wasn't, unfortunately, leveled up enough to raid, so I decided to play Overwatch that night. I forgot to turn off proximity chat, and
Oh.
I was streaming, obviously, because that's what we're talking about. Duh.
Yeah.
Anyway, so sorry.
I mean, it's
So
okay.
and I was obviously exactly how you guys see me here, very talkative, very engaging. That's how I am on chat in my
Mhm.
streams. I am always on top of my chat, always seeing who's coming in, who's doing what, constantly communicating. So I talk a lot. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
And there was a point where I was playing and I ended up getting like insulted and completely chewed out by a group of these guys, and they made me feel like this big. And they were making fun of me. They were saying that my content is trash and that I'm trash and that I play like shit, and it just made me feel really shitty.
Yeah.
And a lot of people that I mentioned it to were men, and they were like, "Well, it's not a big deal, I get trash talked all the time." And I'm like, "I don't.
Yeah.
It's just not something that happens." And it really hurt a lot. And it was so visible on stream. It was hard for me to kind of look past it. And I was like shaking. I was really upset. And considering that I knew that my chat heard all of that.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
didn't know what else to say other than "fuck you guys." I got really mad, but it was like I couldn't say what I wanted to say,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
Yeah.
and they just made me feel like shit. And you could tell that, and that was at the end of my stream on top of that. So that's how I finished off my stream. I was really upset. I ended up raiding somebody after that, but
Yeah.
I
And you were saying earlier that you try and keep the positivity up on your
yeah,
streams for sure.
yeah,
So I mean, when you're in a positive vibe and you're going, you're having a good time and you're doing the
right,
thing that you're doing, and somebody comes in with their nastiness and just completely ruins
yeah,
your vibe and just,
exactly,
kills you.
Exactly.
internally and makes you feel this tall. I mean,
Right,
I get that. Yeah.
And it wasn't just one person, it was a group of them.
Yep.
It was like about 3 or 4 guys, and they just went ham on me, and I didn't deserve that. And they were like, "Will you just shut the fuck up?" That's how it started. And I was like, "I'm sorry, I'm streaming right now. Do you mind just muting me?" That's what I said. I was like, "Do you mind just muting me?" Because I was on Xbox, and if I mute myself, then my stream can't hear me. So it was just easier for me to just be like, "Hey, do you mind just muting me?" And I was really nice about it. I apologize. It was really nice. And that's when him and 3 other people completely exploded on me and just went ham. So that was like definitely my worst experience on stream. Yeah.
We all get those. Just me, I understand. All right, we're going to bring the vibes back up.
I've got some more comments, from my chat. JT says, this is from the tattoo saga, should we say. If I got a tattoo, it'd be last of 2006, with the font being how it was for my class ring from high school because of some problems. I got my diploma a week into the 2006-2007 school year. As a result, I joke on the last of the 2006 that, or it'll be attributed to my grandfathers who served in the Air Force. Fair dues.
Right, nice.
Crash Test says, I must have missed that stream, the one that he was mentioning about which, you know what, the horrible bastards.
Yeah,
I mean,
a lot of people were actually not, my normal people weren't in there. It was just that, I normally have like 10 solid people. And I didn't have all my, I didn't have my mods in there either, but it didn't matter because they were on that voice chat. So it didn't matter, but anyway.
But you are, there's the love heart from us.
All the hearts, all the love to you.
Thank you so much.
Goya says, "Oh yeah, people can be mean," and he sent you positive vibes as well.
Oh, thank you, Goya.
JT says it was to mention to Crash, saying it was before I followed her, or I would have went off. Oh dear, I better not piss off JT at any point.
No, dude.
No. Crash says this is why I'm glad Overwatch is cross-play as well. So that's good, to be fair. And that's, personally, I feel bad, like, personally for you guys, because it's just like, you don't want any of this shit. You don't want anything to happen. I mean, you just want to have a good vibe. You want to have a good stream. You have a good time. Enjoy the content. If you don't like it, don't mention about it, because it's going to hamper. Just,
Mute me. It's not that hard.
This is my answer to all the bastards out there. But yeah, it says, I want to reach through the screen, and JT says, I want to reach through the screen and slap someone with a trout. Yeah. I
love it.
Oh, feck it! I'm just going to say it. So JT has actually said, I want to reach through the screen and dick slap someone with a trout.
Yes. Hearing you say that is like awesome. Just hearing
this is what's going to happen. It's like, that's it.
That's great. That's so good.
So that'll be on the last episode of the not drunken episode type stuff. But yeah, JT, thanks for doing that. You better give me some bits for me saying that on live stream on the podcast itself. So I'm so sorry we're off topic a little bit, but let's carry on with the questions before.
Done. We got one more question left. One more question.
Before Trans decides to completely cry her eyes out.
I'm dying over here. It's great. I love it. I'm just saying, that was amazing. Okay, last question. Do you have any suggestions for potential streamers?
Yeah. Okay, so first off, find a community. I've heard a lot of streamers say you don't need a community to be successful. You find a community and you just sit there and not say a damn thing, that's not going to help you. Find a community and be active in it. You know,
Yeah.
find your spot, because they will be there for you. You know, it's not about necessarily creating your own community. I created mine because I wanted to. You
Yeah.
know, I wanted to have the Dragon Nest community, and I don't regret it. I don't regret it. I had no idea what I was doing when I started it. I was like, what's Discord? I was like,
Yeah.
what? But now I
Yeah.
spend literally most of my time, I spend my time on Discord. I'm part of 26 different communities.
Nice.
So I constantly try to stay as active as possible, with at the same time managing my own.
Yeah.
I would say definitely find a community, find a home, and feel comfortable there. And you know, I'm not saying, you know, join 26 communities. No, I do it because that's just what I do, and that's what I can handle. You know,
Yeah.
Yeah.
but find a home, and you'll have that support from them. As long as you show them support, people remember that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Support for support, follows for follows are not that's not the way it goes. You know, support for support. People will remember your name if you show up on your stream, if you show up on their streams all the time. And I'm not talking about spending money on their stream, just being there, you
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
is enough for a lot of people. Um, and they'll return that favor. The other thing would be, please create some sort of social media account other than Twitch. You know, I find that being able to funnel people from my Instagram
Yeah.
has definitely been able to get my name out there, my brand
Mm-hmm.
out there. Okay, I worked hard on creating my brand. And if you're trying to be like seriously big successful, that would be the best thing to do. You know, if you're just trying to just hang out, you know, find a community, make some new friends, you know, you don't have to go about all that. But, you know, if you're really trying to really put yourself out there and really be a little bit bigger than, you know, normal,
Yeah.
if you know what I mean, Jellybean, brand yourself, find a social media community like either Instagram or TikTok. Mine is Instagram. I just started a
Mm-hmm.
TikTok, so I'm learning that. And you'll be able to find followers and find supporters there as well. Um, and last but not least, I would probably say, have fun. You know, don't stress so much.
Absolutely.
Don't stress
Absolutely.
Totally.
so much about, oh
Yes.
my God, I have to stream every day. No, you don't.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to stream every day. You should actually limit the amount of time that you're streaming, especially if you're trying to go for affiliate. That's a whole other
Mm-hmm.
ball game. That's a whole other
Yeah.
ball game. But
Absolutely.
you know, the whole point is for you to have a good time. Have a good time with it, make friends, you know, and people will see that. It will express itself through your stream. They will see that you're having a good time. If you are not having a good time with what you're playing, stop playing that game, change it up, and have a
Mm-hmm.
damn good time, because otherwise
Yes.
people are going to feel that vibe, and they're not going to want to watch you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's that.
Absolutely.
I kind of lied. I forgot. I skipped a question on because we were talking on the one for a minute. So I have one more question for you. It's the last one.
Okay.
I swear, honest truth, this is the last
It's
one.
okay. I don't mind.
And I don't even need my notes for this because I read it and I was like, oh, I missed that one. It's how would you describe your community? And I normally say in 5 sentences or less, but in however you feel like you want to describe it, how would you describe your community?
I would say my
That-
dragons.
The burning vibe. The burning vibe. Is that what you're going to say? The dragon feel. Burning vibe.
My dragons. They are best way to put it would be, you know, I feel like it's so cliche to say that they're a family. I feel like everybody probably says that. I feel like we're something more than that. I'm not
Yeah.
saying that we're like, we talk to each other like, you know, like DM each other or whatever, you know, no. Like, you look at my Gen chat and everyone's genuinely asking each other, hey, how are you doing? Hey, I heard you were sick the other day. How are you feeling? Hey, how's work? Hey, you just got back from vacation. Hey, I know your depression's been fucking with you, you know, how are you doing with that? And
Yeah.
it's just like real people really there for each other, genuinely asking each other questions. And something I always say, if you're gonna join my community, and it says it in the rules, be there for each other, support each other. That's all I ever ask for. All I ever ask for. support each other. And that's just, it's not necessarily a tight-knit community, but we definitely look out for each other. That I can say. I've seen people get into Twitch arguments because somebody insulted a dragon, or somebody. I actually banned somebody from the server because they were being very negative towards a group of my dragons, and I saw it for myself, and I was like, no, I don't need that. It's nothing but a very positive, supporting community. Now, I'm not saying that we're all, like, let's all talk about our feelings. No. It's just a very positive vibe, like you're hanging out with your friends. That's essentially what my community is like, and they're very supportive of each other, for sure. I see it. I quietly see it. I sit in the back. I lurk. All right, let's see who's live. And I just watch, and I'm like, okay. Especially because I look for people for my Sentinel role. My Sentinel role is a very prestigious role. Not everybody can get it. I call it, you get your Hogwarts letter. You get invited to be a Sentinel. Nice. So I am constantly watching and seeing what people do when they think they're not being watched, as creepy as that sounds. But it's because I want the best of the best kind of people, real people, as a part of that portion of my community. So
that
all the love. I love
there
it.
You go. Just for that, because of that.
So I have a couple things in my chat, and then you got a couple in yours too, Milk. Goya, we were talking about suggestions for streamers. Goya says mine's also be persistent. Networking is a good one. Yes, always have fun. If you're not enjoying it, why do it? He hit me with a hydrate. I got that hydrate, Goya. Done. And he said, she is Santa Claus.
So from Trance's point of view of the chat to my chat, Crash says when we was talking about the situation that happened with the bad memories. So most male gamers who give female shit is because they know their own skill is low compared to the female that showed them up. Which that's. It's just you just don't know what to say. That's a top-notch statement. To be fair, JT, who had to say about the slap someone with the trout comment. He put, if you thought that was funny, Fatale will probably remember my favourite insult because we were talking about it in her stream like a week ago, and her mod had to approve it. Crash might remember it as well.
We're not going to say that here.
I am not. Don't worry. I am not going to say. I don't even know what I'm going to say. JT also said Fatale's fan base are good people, and then there's my dumb ass. But I've made people laugh occasionally, so it's a win. That's in JT's words, not me saying dumb ass. His words. And then Crash says, I remember it very well. Laugh my ass off. As well. So I don't know. I'm not even going to ask because that's brought it up.
Don't do it.
I'm not even going to ask, but I'm sure in the comment it's just tempting me to say it on stream, but I'm not going to because you're an absolute super ledge as well. Because I had to say dick slapping with a trout as well. So I am not saying that anymore. So is that all the questions for ItsFatale?
That is all the questions, 100%. We just got
Are you sure there's not another
question? I'm 100% sure this time. That was the only one I missed. I'm usually on top of that. That's what kind of throws me because I'm usually like on it.
I know. I'm normally the one that's off the ball and Francis on the ball, but Jesus, look at it. 2 hours and 5 minutes with all 3 segments done and dusted. Now we're coming up. Thank you. Oh, Ledge. Thank you very much.
So good. We did so good.
Crash says, you don't want to know, trust me. Lol. I am not even going to ask, to be fair. So, let's go to the best part. Again, the second best part of it all is basically the Ask Us Anything. So, basically, in this last ever segment of the podcast, of the stream itself, we always ask the viewers to ask either me, Trance, or the legendary ItsFatale of any questions. I'm not even going to ask JT about that insult or anything like that, so don't even bother asking that at all. So anything else, perfect, will be good. So we'll give it probably about 10, 15 minutes before we stop the stream.
I think
And
15 is a good number.
15, yeah. So, I mean, it's not ask us anything. So no pressure if you want to ask anything
Goya
at all.
added, we talked about 2 hours. Goya said 4 more to go.
4 more to go.
Hey, the guy that I did my first podcast with, he had somebody else a couple weeks later,
Okay.
and they did an 8-hour podcast.
What?
8 hours.
Oh my gosh. I don't know we'd ever be able to do that. I don't think we'd
They
ever be
were
able to make that happen.
drinking, and like he showed the sunrise in his window.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
I promise you this. Even though we joke about it in any of our streams, the highest we've ever done is nearly 3 hours. But we are never ever going to hit 8 hours stream unless we're
That's
drunk.
insane. That was insane.
That is
I
insane.
saw like part of that, and I think they just got really hammered, and they were just in good conversation.
Yeah.
I tell you what, that's what we was thinking about doing. We're not the 8 hour stream trans, but we was thinking about a drink stream for the
drink
podcast.
stream, yeah. One of the podcast
Yeah.
episodes, maybe the last one of the season or something.
See how it goes. But yeah, it's Crash says, if you don't mind me asking, you're from around the West Midlands? Yes, I am. I am from the West Midlands area in the UK, around like near Birmingham, Wolverhampton area. So that's where I am, Crash. And
I got one from Goya. Goya came up with one after him, like after him.
Sorry.
So Goya says top 3 favorite anime for everyone. So if you have a question for everyone or for someone specific, just let them know who it is. So top 3 favorite animes from everybody.
I don't know what to say. I really don't know which one to pick. To be fair.
Excuse me. I don't really know because I haven't watched a lot of anime. I know that I loved Fairy Tail.
Oh, Fairy Tail was great.
So good.
Fairy Tail was great.
I also know that I absolutely love Death Note as well. I don't know what to put them in the order because I like them for different reasons. And My Hero Academia, probably. Those would be my top 3. I don't know what order they'd be in, but they'd be in that top section.
I like how you just did that dance move, like as in like in the orders itself. Like, oh, yeah. Get that vibe going on there.
The grooves.
So I can't do 3. I'm gonna do 5. And that's being nice. That's being nice because I have so much more. So definitely my number 1 would be Naruto Shippuden. I'm a huge Naruto fan. I actually do Naruto cosplays, not Naruto themselves, but I have my own cosplay that I created based on the anime. Definitely Death Note for sure. I agree with you, Trans. Death Note was an amazing anime.
So good.
Fantastic. I've watched it actually several times. Third anime would probably be, oh gosh. Oh wow. I had it in my mind. Attack on Titan. Attack on Titan was absolutely fantastic. I mean, the gore, the right amount of gore, the right amount of action, the right amount of drama, and your typical anime comedy was just the right amount. It wasn't too much. So I absolutely recommend Attack on Titan, especially if you're not into anime and gore and action sounds like your kind of deal. Definitely check out Attack on Titan. It is worth the watch. And maybe, who knows, that'll open the door for you for anime. I showed that anime to my 14-year-old brother. At the time, he was 13. And I was like, he didn't like anime. And I was like, just watch this.
Really?
Just watch this. And now he's obsessed. He's obsessed. Anyway, okay. So other animes, Tokyo Ghoul was absolutely fantastic as well. Really enjoyed that one. I am working on a cosplay. I have a long wig of like a female version of the main character in that anime. I just need to get the mask and a few other things.
Nice.
So another one would be, oh gosh, everybody probably says Dragon Ball Z, and that's why I didn't really want to say that as one of my first ones, and that's why I said I'm going to say 5 at least, because
Yeah.
everyone probably says Dragon Ball Z because everybody knows Dragon Ball Z. I actually enjoy the original Dragon Ball.
Yes.
Okay.
When I first watched the original Dragon Ball, I would live in Colombia for 3 to 4 months at a time, and that's where I first got exposed to anime.
Nice.
Was in Colombia, and I would wake up every morning to catch Dragon Ball Z. And Saturdays, they would have like little mini marathons in the morning. And I'm
Awesome.
sorry, let me correct myself. Dragon Ball. And then I got into Dragon Ball Z. And now I'm fully up to date with all of the Dragon Ball saga, including the newest movies. I went to the theater and watched the newest movies. So I am definitely a huge Dragon Ball.
Nice.
Yeah, so was that 4 or was that 5?
I think that was 5.
Yeah, okay.
To
Like I
I think
me,
it was 5.
to me, that
I think it
was 10.
5.
To me, that was 10.
Like I said, I
Okay.
could keep going, but we'll
Yeah.
stop there.
Do you have favorite animes, Malk?
For me, I'm so sorry, but the only ones I know of for the anime side is Dragon Ball Z, and that's all
Okay.
right for me.
There's nothing
That's
wrong
what
with that.
everybody usually
That's okay.
knows. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just the only one. Oh, to me, back in the days, like the cartoons, like the Transformers, like the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I'm so sorry, it's not anime, and I feel bad. I feel affected.
No, not necessarily. I mean, it is essentially an animated cartoon, but
I'm
I guess-
sorry. I'm sorry.
I guess anime would be considered like Japanese
Yeah.
cartoons.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
The best
So in
way
that-
to describe
Influence.
So so in that case, Dragon Ball Z, without question, no issues, no question, no qualms, nothing.
Got
at
it.
all.
And
Got
I
it.
will throw this last one in there. Zoids was a huge one for me as a kid.
Okay.
And not Zoids. It's Zoid Century Zero. There's certain ones that came out. But I even went as far. It's kind of like Gundam Wing. If you're not familiar with Zoids, they're like these mechanical
Okay.
robots that are based
Yeah.
on animals, and people
yes.
battle with them.
Yes.
So I was so convinced that I was eventually going to immerse myself into this Zoid world, and it was real, and I was going to be a cartoon character, and like I even drew myself as like a Zoid's character. It was ridiculous. Anyway, but I was so obsessed with that anime that I purchased the Zoids, and actually like where you had to put them together and build them
yeah.
from scratch with
Oh,
glue
nice.
and all of that, and then
Alright.
I would take them apart and put them back together and take them apart. So I was a
Yep.
huge fan of that as well. I'm a nerd.
Ledge. Top notch. You guys beat it.
For some
To
of
be
these, some of the notes Goya had on here, and you got some stuff too. We'll get to it in just a minute.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a chain with Goya. He does this. And no complaints. I love it, Goya. It's awesome. He goes, Sakura, worst character ever still. I could go on forever too. He loves anime. Netflix is a decent selection of anime. Just watch some. Zoids was awesome. Pretty much animal
yes.
Gundams. Lol. I love the sniper raptors. Yes, I have some of the models as well. So, and now you get to get all of yours, Malk, including the questions.
Liger Zero was mine. Goya.
I am speechless now, guys. Thank you for that. That was just top notch. JT says, I did come in late, so I'd like to know if it will be a full on. Yeah, it'll be on mine and Trance's Twitch and YouTube channels, but we will be publishing it to Spotify and Apple Podcasts in the later of the month, because obviously try and get everything bunched up. It's only the first 6 episodes, but if you want to catch it back, it will be on ours for now and on the YouTube
This is
channel.
episode 9. We've been doing this for 9 weeks, guys.
9
weeks.
It's impressive.
Crazy.
Crash says, knew it, West Midlands lad. Oh, cool. Where are you from, Crash? That's my question to you. Where are you from? From the West Midlands itself. JT says, for me, 2 anime is G Gundam, Zoids,
Gundam Wing.
yeah,
So it's Chaotic Century.
Yeah, and then Personnel 3. Didn't they do like a game? That sounds familiar. That Personnel 3 type stuff. I don't know. I might be wrong. Crash says, I final found someone else who likes Dragon Ball.
Yeah.
Crash says, Yu-Gi-Oh! Is Yu-Gi-Oh! Considered an anime?
It is.
It is.
It is actually, yeah.
Yes.
That's an anime.
Oh, Crash, you're from Dudley. Oh, you're not for Bish Bash Bosh. You could be thinking
Bish
of the
bash
person now.
bosh.
Yeah, I could be thinking of the
I love
person as
it.
well.
I love it. I love it. It's so
I,
great.
I don't know where I've got that name from. I can't forgot.
I don't remember, but you always said it. And when we
Yeah.
decided to do the show, we said, we're going to call it the Bish Bash Bosh moments.
The triple B. Sorry.
See, I said that. I said
did.
that. I said that. Oh,
God.
see, this is a double heart for you now. It's Fatale because you said the triple B. I feel privileged with that now. So, absolute legendary. So, yeah,
Crash Chested, you could be thinking of Persona, is what
Persona.
he said.
Yeah, Persona. Yeah, wasn't Bish Bash Bosh in the old food advert? Yeah, it was probably in the old food. I love the adverts. I don't know why. I just love adverts. And I just see it. Don't you ever feel like you just see adverts and it memorise it, just like, ooh, that's nice. Oh,
Yeah.
taco.
That's great. That's rememberable.
That's
memorable, not rememberable.
yeah. So there's tacos. Ooh, they're Taco Tuesdays there.
Prince and her words. I make up words all the time, guys. This happens.
Yeah. JT says yes. The Persona series is games, anime, and manga. Is that how you pronounce it?
Goya said, I love the Gunpla models as well. Mecha animes are a whole vibe. Persona does have an anime, and Persona 3 has a few movies, is what he said.
I tell you what, I've got a couple of questions actually for you. It's Fatale. So,
what's that?
I know you do a bit of. You say you did some of the cosplay stuff. So, is there a best cosplay that you ever done in the?
Yes. One of my favorite cosplays, and I boast about it. Actually, I'm a very humble person, so for me to boast about something is a big deal.
Yeah.
I boast about this particular cosplay very often. It is my Gwen Stacy Carnage cosplay.
Okay.
So it's a cross between, for those who don't know, Gwen Stacy was the original Spider-Woman, and she never necessarily. I mean, okay, so for those who don't know who Carnage is a suicidal maniac who I believe becomes infected with a symbiote through Venom. Through the Venom symbiote.
That's correct.
And by the way, there is going to be a movie coming out this year. Just putting that out there. If you guys were into Venom, the Carnage Venom movie will be coming out, I believe, at the end of the year. Very excited about that as well because I'm a huge fan. But anyway, so it is, again, the cosplay is a cross between Gwen Stacy and Carnage together.
Nice.
And I actually did that quite recently for a Halloween party in 2020.
Oh, okay.
It was a Halloween party, like a Halloween party with a lot of people. Okay, which probably should not have happened, and I probably shouldn't have gone. But I thought about it. If I'm gonna go to this party and possibly expose myself, this was before vaccines, obviously. I'm gonna try to be smart about it. So I pre-gamed before I went, so I didn't have to take my mask off the whole night, and I integrated my mask into my cosplay. So it was a tube kind of thing where I would put on, and it would go above my face like this, and it was the Carnage mouth.
Oh,
so it was like all the teeth and all that stuff. So I pretty much protected myself the entire night, and at the same time looked fucking amazing.
Nice. Oh my gosh. I love it.
And I did a short-haired version of Gwen Stacy rather than long hair, which is something that I see very often. She has like this platinum long blonde hair, but in other like comics, you see her with short hair. So I chose the short hair version, which maybe Retro Wolf, maybe you've seen me in that particular wig because I actually like to wear that wig on some of my streams.
Yes, I have.
So that is my favorite wig. It's adorable.
Very awesome. Very awesome.
So yeah,
Goya says cosplay can be fun. I need to do some again. Last one I did was John Constantine. I actually haven't done cosplay per se, but I did dress up for Middle Tennessee Anime Convention when I went with my friends a few years ago.
Okay.
And my costume, my costume was actually the girl from Spirited Away.
Nice.
Nice.
Okay.
Picked out
okay,
like a whole outfit. We got it all sewed up. We got it all, tailored. I had like, I had it was actually her, it was her, oh, what was that outfit? The one that she does when she's doing the work. It was that outfit. And I had it all set up and I had my face all blushed out and everything. And it was great. And it was just, it came out so good. I was so proud of it. I have pictures of that.
Lol.
That's
I haven't.
awesome.
I have not done like when you go to Comic Cons or like gaming cons or anything like that, and when they do all the cosplay stuff. The
Mhm.
best ones I've done, which is like as you said, Halloween party
Yeah.
or Halloween event type stuff. The best one I ever done was a Joker. The
Nice.
actual Heath Ledger Joker.
Cool.
Oh, cool.
I had the green wig. I had white makeup, red topping of the lipstick type stuff. I had the proper suit. Then another year I had the mask, the actual Jim Carrey mask, the yellow suit.
Nice.
So and it would be a smoking type stuff.
I love it. I love it.
But I've not done it for a while, to be fair. And if I did do it, I would probably do either a Ghostbuster or probably like a Doc Brown
Malk,
from Back to the Future.
Malk, is there video proof of this? Because I would love to see video proof of this. I'm just saying, I would love to see video proof of this of your Joker outfit.
I haven't got the video proof. I've only got the photo.
Sure?
I've only got the photo.
I'll take a picture.
I've only got a photo.
Some sort of visual aid.
And if you look at it, you'll be scared. I would be scared. To be fair.
You got a couple
those
things in your chat, and I got a couple things in mine too. So
really quick, for those who are interested in seeing that cosplay, I actually did post some professional pictures on my Instagram.
Nice.
So if you're interested, it's definitely on there with a few other ones, but those are the most recent ones. And yeah, super cool. Anyway.
So basically, check out ItsFatale on the Instagram as well.
Of course.
Absolutely
on
amazing.
The gram.
So you hit your chat too first, Malk, and I have mine chat as well. So there's only a couple things in my chat. So
yeah, I'm just trying to remember what I said. Oh yeah, wasn't Miss Bash Bosh the old advert in the UK? Yes, it was. Yeah, I would mention about that. Yes, I used to love the old fish adverts when ITV is like a channel on the UK, independent TV. That's what it's called when they did the movies as well. Crash says I've seen the trailer, the Venom.
The Carnage Venom.
For the Venom Carnage,
Yeah, so he says he can't wait for that. Josh, how you doing? It says Bish Bosh Josh on there. How you doing? Yeah, I'm doing very well, mate. Hope you're going well. Crash says, question for Fatale. When we going to see an Ahsoka cosplay?
Ahsoka Tano, yeah. They know that she is my favorite Star Wars character and just character in general. We did talk about that earlier in the stream tonight. So they've been begging me, my community has been begging me to do that. They wanted me to do it once I hit 1,000 followers, which I did, but I decided to do a hot tub stream instead, which will be towards the end of this month. So please stay tuned for that.
I am intrigued with that. To find out what's
it's going to be such a great time. I'll be doing a subathon for that. So that'll be cool. It'll be my first subathon. But anyway, so Ahsoka Tano. Doing an Ahsoka Tano cosplay is a lot of work. You're essentially going to be trying to become an alien. I would have to do complete body paint to be able to pull this off. And I don't know if I could do full body paint for a stream. I mean, I might do it. I might do it at some point. But I also need the money to purchase certain things, like to be able to either create a paper mache of her hair, because her hair is not actual hair. It's like a headpiece that's part of her body. So it's quite large, and it comes down like that. So I'd either have to create it or I would have to order it on Etsy, which I have been looking.
Nice.
Aside from that, I do have an amazing lightsaber that I got from one of my fans for the cosplay. Super cool. It's like a it's a lightsaber that is made for actual lightsaber battles.
Oh,
So you can,
wow.
yeah.
Okay.
So I don't know if you guys have ever heard of that before. You can actually go to schools that will teach you how to properly lightsaber battle.
I think I
Which I
saw a
have done.
video of that like a long time ago of like a lightsaber
Yeah.
battle.
Yeah.
I've seen, I don't know if the actual lightsaber and stuff, but I've seen like in the Comic Cons back in the UK where they're like a
Yes.
section of the area where they do like the proper Jedi stuff and they do the
Yes.
lightsaber.
Yeah.
Not obviously not real life. Bloody hell, we would have been killed by now if it was a real lightsaber. But
Yeah,
it's
I
just
actually took one of those courses at oh my God, it was Animate. It's kind of like Comic-Con.
yeah,
Yeah.
And it was a really great time, and that's what really got me into it. But anyway, I digress. So yeah, so Ahsoka Tano cosplay, it's gonna take a lot of work to do, guys. So it is going to happen, I promise. It's just I need the money to get some of this stuff for it to look flawless, because that's how I am when it comes to my cosplays. My cosplays have to be
Yeah.
flawless. They have to be
yeah,
perfection. Otherwise, I won't be satisfied. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. A couple things in my chat. Goya had said the Spider-Gwen stuff. When he was talking about the cosplays, and Josh goes, "Hola, how are you?" I'm doing good, Josh. I did wave at you. I did see you pop in my chat and in Malk's chat, but we were talking. And Goya says, "I want to do a Phantom Rider, aka Cowboy Ghost Rider cosplay."
nice. Very
Right.
nice. Very nice.
Crash says, let's be honest, everyone wants to learn the Obi-Wan move when he fought Anakin on Mustafar.
Yes, yes. We'd all want to know that.
If you
Come
do know
on.
that, can you give us some tips,
Just
mate?
give
That would
us
be
notes.
fantastic.
Give us tips. Get in touch with us. My information is on my page. Just saying.
Oh
If you
gosh.
can you imagine like the Matrix and then the Star Wars all merged together, and you try and do the
Star Wars Matrix.
Star Wars
Oh
Matrix, you try
my
and go,
god.
That's
that would be
trippy.
that would be epic. It would be an
It'd be
epic.
epic, but it'd be very trippy
I
at
don't
the same
care.
Yeah,
time.
definitely.
It would be the most epic. Oh, we'll have to put some movie ideas next time. To be fair, I'm
Yes,
trying to figure out what's
yes,
going
I
to
love it.
happen. Yeah. So
Do we have any other questions from anybody? You guys are definitely welcome to put a few more questions. I know we're a little over what we were expecting, but we had a lot of chat and a lot of questions come one after each other. So definitely hit us up with a few more questions. And like I said, if it's for everyone, to say for everyone. If it's for Fatale, say her, Trance, or Malk, whatever.
Yeah.
So, have you got a top 5 consoles, retro consoles that you've always liked, ever, to all of you?
Nintendo 64.
You know what? I love you for that because you said that.
And I played on the GameCube. I played on the original PlayStation 1,
Yeah.
PlayStation 2 and 3. I actually have something really cool that I kind of want to show off right now.
Oh, okay.
So I used to own a company that would repair and customize iPhones and consoles.
Nice.
Okay.
So I remember we converted an iPhone into a 24 karat gold iPhone with Swarovski diamonds all around for Rick Ross, the rapper. So we were able to meet him. That was really cool. There was a lot of really rich celebrities that have nothing better to do with their money but spend it on their phones.
Hey.
So
Smart.
so speaking of the PlayStation, so one of the things that we would do, we would make things see-through. So this is a
Holy
PlayStation
crap.
3 that is completely see-through. And if I were to turn it on, there are different lights and things like that would light up. So you'd see all these different
No
really
way.
cool colors. I unfortunately can't show you guys the colors because I put away the cable, but I always like to keep this here because the podcast, it always comes to these questions.
That's
And I
so
love
cool.
bringing it up.
That is so cool. I love
Oh.
it. That's amazing.
I'll
So
tell you
yeah,
what.
so I played all the PlayStation. I was actually PlayStation. Sony makes a great product. to be
Oh,
completely
yeah.
honest.
Yeah, totally.
But I eventually converted to Microsoft Xbox only because all of my friends played on Xbox, and that's why I did it. So
I mean, I love PlayStations too. I grew up with I played, gosh, I played a lot of consoles.
No pressure. No pressure on this podcast.
Okay, so I loved probably one of the consoles that I played the most because I had most of the games for it was PS2, PlayStation 2.
Yeah.
okay.
And like I said, I don't even know how to order them honestly because personally, I mean, it's really just the ones I liked a lot. I played a lot on PlayStation 2. I played a lot on Xbox 360. I also played a lot on the PlayStation 1 when I was really, really young.
Okay.
But I did love some GameCube games. Not gonna lie, the GameCube was pretty amazing. Like no lie.
Yeah.
So, and probably N64 would be in that top 5 as well too. So,
Ledge. I'll tell you mine in a minute. Promise. I'll tell you mine in a minute. I just want to say a massive thank you to Katie. Hello, Katie. Thank you
hi
for the raid.
Katie,
Absolute ledge.
Oh,
You are.
all the love. Thank
thank you for
you.
the raid.
Thank you so
Yay.
much. Crash says, for everyone, top 5 video games. That'll be the next one. Crash also says, Fatale, my girl. The N64 is just legendary as well.
Yes,
So,
yes.
my top 5 consoles before we all go talk about the top 5 video games. N64, without doubt, top notch. My number 1 console ever. The PS1, the original, not the short one, not the slim, the actual PS1.
Yes.
PS2, obviously. I had, I've got the Switch, but I don't play on it that much. To be fair, I play the Xbox, but I don't play it that much. I'm just looking at all the collections I've got and trying to think which one I'm picking. The
He
SNES.
actually has shown me a video. He actually does have a collection of video game consoles.
Oh
right
my
next to
gosh.
him.
It's not.
Seriously.
It's not like shelves after shelves after shelves. It's just one shelf, and Trav's just like, oh, I was just like, oh my god, what? Say what? But yeah, N64, PS1, PS2, PS3, and 5. Well, 5 at the minute because it's just legendary, and yeah, that's just top notch.
Goya had a few things in here before we hit the next questions. He said, he said about the Phantom Rider, he said he wants to bring a horse into a Comic-Con, but it might be too big.
Oh my god.
He said, I love my PlayStation 2. One of my favorite games of all time is on PlayStation 2. If you have a decent PC now, Xbox pretty much making their games available on PC with crossplay, so no need to buy an Xbox if you have a PC unless it's an older Xbox game. So yeah,
mad, to be fair, absolutely mad. And yeah, so we'll
top 5 video games.
Top 5 video games. Oh, GoldenEye on the
I knew you were going to say
that. Diddy Kong Racing on N64. I'm sorry, I keep saying N64. Diddy Kong Racing. I love the Mario Kart. I always have. And they'll still be in the top, wherever there. Super Mario 64 is the top notch. Uncharted series. I don't know if you've ever played it. The Uncharted series. That was absolutely immense. To be fair, absolutely immense, and I absolutely loved it to bits. And my last one, I tell you what, the last one, Donkey Kong Country on the SNES.
Yes, I love Donkey Kong Country. It was so good.
I absolutely love them. What pisses me off the most, and I always love it, is the mine one where you have to jump on each of the mines on the rails. I'll tell you what, I was absolutely pissed off when you try and jump and then you try and jump over the gap. You're thinking, oh, just about, and then you lose out, and you're like, oh yeah, I'm just yeeted off on the edge of the track itself. Yeah, so it's just mad stuff. Musa, how you doing?
Hi,
Hope you going well.
Muser.
How you
All the
doing?
love.
Dr. Who.
Doctor says, "Hey, my dragon goddess, I am back." Hopefully with the food shopping as well.
My top 5 video games. I really don't even know how to. I don't know how to order any of my top 5s. I haven't actually sat down and said, okay, in this order, I would say. But I will say
No pressure. No pressure.
one of the games that and those who don't know me, I'm a big RPG player.
I
So
didn't
I'd
know
probably
that.
say you
I didn't
knew
know.
that, Malk.
I didn't know that.
Some other people in the chat might not have known that, but you do. One of my favorite games of all time, and I love the way it played, and I love the way it had made changes to things, was Final Fantasy VIII.
Oh, okay.
Final Fantasy VIII.
Yeah, a lot of
I
people
still
really
love
like
Final
that one.
Fantasy VIII. It was
Yeah.
so good. I got really good at the card game. I was like undefeated. It was amazing.
I was surprised you didn't pick 7, which, if you're a big Final Fantasy fan, I thought 7 would have been the
Yeah,
top.
I played 7, but I really I ground Final Fantasy VIII. I mean, I was all about that game.
Oh,
And
okay.
I love I think part of it is I love the cinematics part of it, and I love Renoa. She's amazing. She's absolutely amazing. One of my
Nice.
favorite characters ever is Renoa.
Yeah, it is.
And so I love Final Fantasy VIII. Also, there would probably be Crash Bandicoot be in there for sure because I
Oh,
Yeah.
wore that game to town to
Oh.
to hell and back.
bollocks! I should have said Crash Bandicoot. What did
Crash Bandicoot, yeah. See, I don't want to say Spyro as well, but I played Crash Bandicoot more than I played Spyro. So probably Final Fantasy VIII, Crash Bandicoot. Also, I absolutely love Stardew Valley. Love that game so much. It's I love how it's made, how it was well done. We were talking about that earlier in the show. And what else is there? Oh, Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines. That's an amazing game. So
Okay.
good. So ahead of its time. And just absolutely, all about it. And probably last in that list of 5 would be Tekken series.
Oh,
So
Tekken.
I love
Okay.
me some beat the shit out of people games sometimes. So,
how about
yeah.
you? How about you, ItsFatale?
It's hard for me to just cut that down to just 5 of them, and I'm not going to say them in order.
Same.
So I'd definitely start off by saying Yoshi's Story because that was the first game I actually ever completed
Okay.
as a kid. Yeah, Yoshi's Story was my favorite.
So good.
Aside from Yoshi's Story, obviously, there's Mario Kart on the N64. There was also a game on the N64. It was a Star Wars pod racing game that I really, really
Episode
liked.
1 racer. Episode 1
Yes,
racer. That was
yes,
class.
and really, really enjoyed that one. I really, really, really loved. Oh my gosh! Of course. Why does this always happen? Blank. Okay, so other games that I really, really enjoyed were definitely Donkey Kong Country, which we mentioned earlier. There was the original Crash Bandicoot, not the newest one, and
Yes.
not like the second. No, like the original because you were able to ride a tiger, and I love that part of the fucking game.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
was the
There's
Hulk.
that.
That was the Hulk
Yeah.
as well, wasn't it? As well. That
Uh-huh.
was a bastard. When you try and get
Uh-huh.
try and get left and right, and then as soon as you try and get rid of it, you got caught by the spike, and you're thinking, I did not even touch it, and then you have to go all the way back. And then I think what was
gosh.
really frustrating was with the boxes. Obviously, when you get when you complete all the boxes, you get the gem for that level.
Yep.
With the PS1 version, you had to get spot on. So if you made a mistake in the middle of the pack, especially with the bonus levels, you're fucked. To be honest.
Yep.
And
Definitely.
and then you're like thinking,
true.
well, that went well. To be fair.
But yeah, so the Crash Bandicoot, the original Crash Bandicoot, I really, really liked what's it called again? Mario Party. I spent hours playing Mario Party with my friends on the N64.
Mario Party
Um,
was so great.
yeah, Mario Party was the shit, and I still play Mario
Yeah.
Party till this day with the newest consoles.
Yes.
And I was actually playing Mario Kart earlier today. There you go.
Nice.
But aside from that, I mean, Destiny. I know a lot of people don't really like that game, and it's a little bit newer. But it was my first person shooter game that I got into. I've been with it since day one, and now I'm playing Destiny 2, and I'm still a huge fan.
Nice.
So Destiny for sure for me. Pokemon Yellow. I know everyone has their preferences with the Pokemon games, but Pokemon Yellow was definitely my favorite one.
I love Pokemon Yellow, the color.
Yeah,
Oh my god. I was
yeah.
so hyped about that.
I actually got my dad at the time got me I don't know if you guys remember that Game Boy. It was a special edition Pokemon Game Boy that was blue
Yes.
in the back, yellow in the front,
Yeah.
and it came with the
Yeah.
Pokemon Yellow game.
Yeah.
And even like the power light was actually a little Pokemon ball. So
Yeah. Yeah.
when
Oh
the
my
Game Boy was
god.
on, like the when it lights up or whatever. Anyway, so yeah, love that game. And I mean, like I said, I could keep going. I can't just go with just five. I mean, there's just so many memorable games in my life.
Yeah, there's other
That
games
really.
for me like that too. I'm with you right there. I'm like,
Yeah.
gonna limit to 5, really?
Yeah. I mean, like I was a really lonely kid growing up. So and I had a lot of issues with bullying and I didn't really have a whole lot of friends. So I spent a lot of time playing video games to help. So
Fatale, the more we talk, the more I feel like we're like two peas in a pod here. Cause I had a few friends
Three.
in my
Three.
neighborhood that I grew up with, but they were just a handful of people. And I dealt with a
Mhm.
lot of mean, nasty kids talking about me, a
Yeah.
lot of mean things, being rude to
Yeah.
me, being mean to me. And I didn't have any siblings. So when I was in middle school, no. When I was in elementary school, like video games were like my thing, and I
Yeah.
Yeah.
made friends through video games. So I'd talk, oh, I played this game. Oh, I play Mortal Kombat. And we would talk about it on the
Right.
bus and stuff. And I made friends that way. So
Right.
like, oh my gosh, like I was like, this is so weird.
Yeah, no, I totally feel it. What sucks is a lot of the girls my age did not play video games like that
Mhm.
where I lived and I think I just kind of got categorized as this nerdy girl who her mom forced her to wear uniforms to school in a public school.
Mm.
So I just, so I kind of had no choice but to turn to video games for a long time.
Fair
Goya
play.
has a few comments in my chat over here. You got an emote train going over there. I love it.
Oh
Oh
my
my
word.
gosh,
Oh,
I'm all about
define
it.
red. Oh my
Oh,
god.
ledge.
Goya said, one of my tops are Tenshu 2, Birth of the Stealth Assassins, RAD, Robot Alchemic Drive, Way of the Samurai 3, Persona 3, Devil May Cry 3, and so many other
Mm.
games. Well,
Oh,
it's a great game. I love that little Pikachu surfing mini game. Is what he said.
oh wow. I completely forgot to mention Need for Speed. Need for Speed Underground. Oh my god. Spent
Mm,
oh
hours
yeah.
on my PSP playing that.
nice.
Loved it.
Yes.
I
Loved
Yes.
remember.
it. Need for Speed,
I
for sure.
remember. I remembered it on like the PS2 version. I think it was.
Mhm.
That like 1 and 2. I'll tell you what. It was just like you
Nice.
spend days, hours, minutes, seconds, pretty much on there. So, uh, but yeah, my chat. Thank you for the hype of the mass of the emotes that I've had on the chat as
All
All
well.
the
the emote
love to you
hype.
guys. Thank you,
Thank,
thank you, thank you.
thank you
We
to
love
I.
it.
Thank you to I Define Red. Yo, hello. How you doing? Hope you're going well. Doctor,
Hi.
you got Doctor. I Doctor. When you put your name out, I expected Doctor emotes next time, not all that stuff as
We're
well.
working on it. We're
Uh,
working on it.
oh,
Doctor Who
I like it.
is a fresh non-affiliate. I want to say within the last maybe 30, 60 days, and we've been having
Congratulations.
difficulty. Yeah, yeah, I'm so happy for him. We've been having difficulty finding some Doctor Who related emotes for some reason. So We'll figure it out.
Nice one. Nice
Awesome.
one. Doctor Who says, oof. Yes, loved Need for Speed Underground. I Define Red says, yes, doing well, watching my woman get famous.
My red.
Damn! Sick on there. Doctor Who says, did you know they're making another one or a remake? Is that the Need for Speed remake? Is that what you're trying to say?
Yes, they are, yeah.
Oh my god. Can you imagine if they did a remastered? Oh,
amazing.
remastered.
Whoa.
They are definitely doing one, and GTA is also coming out with a GTA Underground street racing version of the
Yep.
game.
Okay.
So I'm kind of excited about that too. I'm a huge car person. I have a modified vehicle myself. So
Nice.
anything like street racing related, I'm definitely going to jump on. So I'm very excited about that.
Nice.
Awesome.
Nice.
Awesome.
I tell you what, that was absolutely mad scenes, to be fair. And
Love
when
it.
you said when you built up to that GTA, I thought, oh, here we go. Are we going to wait for GTA 5 on PS10? That's what we was expecting. That's what we was expecting. Because that's
We've been
what's
talking
always
about that for weeks, by the way.
yeah, it's all the time because we were saying PS4, PS3 had GTA 5, PS4 had GTA 5, PS5
Yep.
has still got GTA 5. Are we going to
Yep.
expect PS10 or PS20 if we ever
6 is
survive?
coming.
6 is
Goya
coming.
says he knows some artists as well. Who can make some, and of course, Doctor Who said drop me a DM. Crash said to Doctor Who drop me a DM. So okay, whoosh moment.
Oh, I see some. Oh, this is a different Doctor Who.
Oh, is it a different Doctor?
Or is it?
Ooh.
Oh, you did get some. Did you get some? Because those look like they're yours. Hold on.
Oh yeah, he has. He's
Nice.
got Raid.
Oh, you
I
found them! Yes.
Yay!
Okay, I'm so happy for you. I had no idea.
We're so happy.
Nice.
Yay! All the love.
That's
so
awesome.
great.
Okay.
I am so
Good.
sorry, Doctor Who. You are the Doctor, and I will stop now because you'll be into the raid with the TARDIS afterwards. So, right, guys, I believe that is going to be time up because look, 2 hours and 48 minutes of the stream. We did say originally to the lovely Miss ItsFatale 2 hours, but unfortunately we went over 48
But we
minutes
were talking,
again.
and we had a lot of questions, and we had a lot of discussion about the questions. That's okay. It's fine. She was okay with it anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The judge will decide at the end of the podcast. It's okay. It's good stuff. So, can I just say thank you to everyone that's watched the stream. Absolute legendary you all are. Yes, we will give you the deal of hearts.
Thank you,
as
guys.
well. And it's Fatale. I want to say, for me and Trans personally, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you so much.
I know I keep saying it feels like a big, massive contract that we have got you to sign to do this podcast. But even though there's no contract, I feel like it's a massive win-win bonus for us.
There is no contract because this is only a 2-person operation right now.
Yeah. Absolutely.
We're doing everything over here.
Who knows, guys? I mean, one day, maybe I'm going to have to ask you guys for that contract. Or you guys are going to have to be giving out those contracts. So you never know.
Well, I wonder what the terms are. In this scenario.
Probably things like what you could say, what you can't say, I'm assuming.
Probably.
I don't
know. Yeah. We'll talk about that after with the new contract itself. So like I said, it's Fatale. It's been an absolute pleasure, and I'm sure have you enjoyed the podcast? That's the main thing. Have you enjoyed it?
No, I had a really good time. I can't believe how much we talked about in this period of time. We talked about a lot of different things, and I really enjoyed every second of it. There were some topics, to be completely honest with you, like the Stardew Valley. Just because I didn't play the game, I wasn't really sure if I was going to be able to discuss much about it. But at the end of the day, we still had a good time, and we're able to discuss pretty much every topic that we wanted to talk about. So, so I think this was a really successful podcast, in my opinion. And I think we had a good time, and I think the viewers we had a good time too. So.
Yes. I'm sure y'all had a great time. And Goya's getting you hydrate, so I got that. And he said just hire unpaid interns about the drawing. So, there you go.
Crash says it's been a pleasure to tune in. Thank you, Crash.
Thank you so much.
Absolute
All the
legend.
love.
That I'm going to say Midland's massive to you as well, and we'll talk about that next time. But I define Red with the hype and the emotes again. And he says I like contracts. Doctor Who says same here. I would sign my life away. Well, mate, if you're Doctor Who, mate, you can sign your life away with the TARDIS to go from back and forth. To be fair, but can I just say massive thank you to the legendary, the hostess with the mostest, trans gamer girl. Thank you
Absolutely.
so
Yep,
much.
yep,
Thank
yep.
you.
Thank you, girl. Seriously.
Um,
Seriously. You did a
and
good job.
oh,
Woo!
she's getting blushed, guys. Give her the
I am
hydrate quick.
actually-
And then I was your host with the most, Retro Wolf Life, aka Malk. Hope everyone's all okay well and enjoying on this fantastic evening. Bish Bash Bosh podcast as well. And the final bits of the text now says, I define race says, I'm her agent. I get 10%. We'll sort that out after. Doctor Who says, I have been waiting for a contract from the Dragon Queen. Ooh.
Oh my god.
I'm
Yeah, that's what they call me.
I'm really intrigued with that contract stuff going on. I'm not going to call it the
Right.
contract episode because it's not going to be too much. I'm still calling it Judge Fatale as well.
Yeah,
this
I like
episode.
it. I think it's effective.
Cheers. Right. Next week, episode 10, I believe it's Purplebot 101.
Purplebot 101, our buddy Jess will be joining us, and we're going to have a blast. And there may be some karaoke in there. Not saying that there will, not saying that there won't, but there may be. So tune in and find out.
But there will be 100% guaranteed. There will be, and
No,
it will
stop
not
it.
stop. It won't
Trying to
stop.
get some hype here.
I'm trying. I'm trying to be professional on this podcast as well. So, but yeah, guys, thank you very much. I'm going to stop the stream now. ItsFatale, would you come back again in the near future?
Yeah, for sure. Absolutely. Like I said, I had a great time. And to all my dragons who stopped in tonight and participated, it doesn't matter what time you came in. The fact is that you came in and asked questions and all that good stuff. All my love to you, my Fatale fam and my dragons. You guys are amazing. And Retro Wolf Trans, you guys are amazing as well. I appreciate you guys giving me a chance to hop on here and talk to you guys. So thanks. Absolutely. I would definitely come back.
Our pleasure.
I wish you all the very best of luck, and I hope you do be successful because you are one of the most amazing women I have ever met.
Aww.
And I will say that. And I love you. Like I said, from watching your streams, I love your content, and don't stop now because you're in a role, and your community that I've seen on Discord, it's growing massive. I've seen massive. I can't say it, massive on there as well. And then and you would be. I would love to see you like in the top 10, like the top 5%, 10%
of the
awesome. Absolutely. That would be awesome. Absolutely.
And I'll hopefully after Christmas or something, we'll sort something out to do another podcast and hear your thoughts of what's going to happen or
which leads us to the last thing I was going to say before we closed out, Malk.
Oh, sorry.
So you can finish what go ahead and finish what you're saying. I was
no. Ladies first. Ladies first. I'm not saying a word.
We are about halfway through our first season. Yes, we have. Malk and I have talked about it. For those who are new to our show, we will be doing this season. Then we'll plan on doing a second season. We are hoping to get this season to go at least for 9 more weeks, preferably for 11 more weeks, but we might have a little bit of a cut short thing because I have like work stuff and all that, so I've got to work around. So we are doing the season. We're about halfway through it, give or take. And so if you guys enjoyed this, come back and see us. We're doing it weekly. We'll have a break, and then we'll come back at the beginning of the year and have either return guests or new guests, and we talk about different stuff, and we'll have a lot to talk about over the holidays at the beginning of the year, and we'll go from there. So that is pretty much where we're at right now. For those of you who have been here before, y'all already know all this. But anybody who's new and you did enjoy having a good time here with us, we do this weekly. So make sure you pop in and join us and hang out with us. And we would love to have you. All the love to you guys for being here today to support Fatale and myself and Malk. We all appreciate it. We absolutely love you guys. I can't believe it's been 9 weeks. It's insane. It's insane.
I can't believe we've hit the 3-hour mark at top. That's what I'm saying. We hit the 3-hour mark. So
I tried to make it fast. I'm sorry.
I know I am blaming you for that one, Trans. Either way. So again, it's Fatale. I wish you all the very best of luck, and I hope you'll be successful, and I hope you will because you're an amazing woman. And I'll speak to you
Thank you.
soon with that. Trans, I'll see you next week. Try and be on the ball. Bish bash bosh moments.
I will try.
On there as well. See you later, guys. Take care.
One of
So
us
see you
has
next
to
week.
be.
Bye.
Bye, guys. Bye.